What is up, Vikings, Scarabs, Assassins and Gamers, and welcome to the Walshy-founded Scarab gaming experience. How are you doing, Joe?
Oh, fuck's sake. I thought this was going to be the week where you stopped doing that intro. But alas.
It's not, and it's also the first week where we finally use our proper name that we should have gone with.
Oh yeah, the Walshy-founded Scarab gaming experience. I think any of those automatically generated podcast names would have worked, but we landed on the Eagle's Call, and everyone right now is hearing that call. Patreon list. Oh yeah. Wait, never mind. Not yet. How are you doing, Jack?
I'm alright, mate. It's a bit boiling over here, but I'm okay. I'm excited for this because we have a ton of topics. Don't even. It's a tragedy, mate.
Well, no one died, so I don't feel bad joking about it.
Yeah, but 14 people were injured, and also
they'll get money. They can sue whoever fucking blew it up, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, they might not have their legs, and they might have like a permanent fucking what the fuck's his name?
Well, now I'm slightly.
Yeah, it is Two-Face. Yeah.
A brummy Two-Face. That would be gorgeous.
Looks like.
How are you doing, Jack?
I'm alright, mate. We're off to a great start already.
As always.
Just get it all out the way. We were on that.
Just everything.
Well.
We were.
That was mental.
That was a bit surreal, wasn't it? Just appearing on the Kill Connor Club. Yeah, it was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was insane.
I'm assuming that everyone has now.
Brought wide Walshy as well.
Oh yeah, wide Walshy and
thing.
Staring into your soul Scarab. The dynamic duo.
Because nothing could ever just be perfect with that.
No, something had to go off. But at least I didn't make any jokes about national tragedies. So.
Well, you've already done one today because any minor tragedy in Birmingham is a national tragedy. So.
But this is the podcast next door. We don't hold back. We don't filter ourselves here. We run a professional as always podcast, which is significantly less successful than ours, of course. So.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about that a bit.
Yeah, it was
was mental.
It was very sick. Really cool to be on. I mean, obviously, we've been watching those guys for years upon years and listening to that podcast. So, just making an appearance and, exposing myself for not having a PS4 and also thinking that Spider-Man PS4 is overrated.
Which it is.
Well, yeah, but everyone thinks overrated means bad, which is why everyone's gonna hate my next video.
Oh, do you wanna do a little tease for that maybe?
I could do a little tease. I don't know exactly how because I can't think of any quotes from Black Flag. Black Flag's a bit overrated, isn't it? Black Flag's a bit overrated, and that's the video. And y'all are gonna watch it.
No, Joe, I can think of one, and it's the best quote of all time.
Go ahead.
Well, don't just sit there like a barrel of wet fish. We're celebrating my retirement. There you go. That's beautiful. I've just spoiled the old video if you're trying to.
Beautiful.
He's got a lot of mysticism.
But today we will not be talking about Black Flag. We will be talking about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood as we continue traveling back through the Assassin's Creed games before Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is a game that you're in the midst of replaying right now. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I've had to do a second replay on account of PS4, account of that console being a shit system. So I got to I'd recruited Claudia and Bartolomeo, and I was just getting La Volpe, and I thought, fuck it, I'll just do it again on my Xbox. And so I'm replaying it again, and I'm having a phenomenal time. Brotherhood, we've spoken about this a few times, how Brotherhood and AC2 are the two, untouchable. Not untouchable, but they're the two games that feel like it would be very tough to move. Whereas with 3, which would be maybe Revelations or maybe Black Flag and that. But that's something that's really hard to move. But Brotherhood and 2 are two games I would consider to be 10s. And
there's a massive gap.
Great.
There's a massive gap between them and then the rest of the games.
And between 2 and Brotherhood, it's almost interchangeable because they're both just phenomenal.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about Brotherhood is just the sheer the fact that they made it in 9 months, like the sheer amount of content they put in that game in 9 months is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. There's so much. You've got the Truth, Leonardo missions, the Copernicus conspiracy, the Christina missions, all the Brotherhood stuff, contracts, like additional modern day stuff.
Tombs of Romulus.
On top of like a huge main story. Yeah, renovating Rome, like Borgia Towers. There is so, and it's not just tons of side content. It's all good.
Yeah,
like,
it's,
at a baseline level.
Yeah, it's all unique and just varied and has so much different. Like even the Templar missions as well. They're not just like basic assassination contracts. They have many stories, and it is ridiculous that they did that in 9 months. Flashing out Christina and everything. I think the side content in that game is far and away the peak, like the best parts of it.
Oh yeah, that's like, to me, because even though 2 is my favourite and that and Brotherhood are so close,
yeah,
I think the one thing Brotherhood easily does miles way better than 2. As much as I do like what's there in 2, it is the side content. It is amazing. Like, the series hasn't come close to that.
Yeah, but, it's ridiculous. Story wise though, like Brotherhood still has a lot of merit to its name. I mean, it's
of course.
A shame that so many of the supporting characters couldn't come back. Obviously, we spoke about it last time. Rose's voice actor tragically died before Brotherhood came out. But even the characters that do return from Assassin's Creed 2, they're still like at their peak, and they have new arcs. La Volpe versus Machiavelli, everything. It's all just built on, fleshed out more. Like Ezio's character as well, just continues that growth into the mentor. Yeah,
and so does Claudia as well. It's like a side thing. It's
all
it continues having like a great side cast. That was something that like games written by like, did Corey write? I think Jeffrey O'Hallam did most of Brotherhood, didn't he?
Yeah, I'll double check that, but I think so.
But no, it's another game that's got just a great side cast, and like 2, Brotherhood, and 4 are the 3 games that have like phenomenal side casts, and it's because they've all got something going on as well. Like, none of them are just like tools, and like Bartolomeo's got a wife now, and because as well he goes in and Bartolomeo's like, come meet my wife, and Ezio's like, oh, you kept a hold of Bianca or some shit. It's a bit of a funny bit, and like the graphical upgrade as well.
Oh, it's
that
gorgeous.
Was insane.
It's gorgeous.
Playing it on like, because
it is underrated, because I mean, in many ways, Assassin's Creed 2 graphically kind of looks like shit, but like, not shit. It holds up, but it's not. Like, Brotherhood smoothed everything out. It makes every character model just appear more, just cleaner. The lighting's better. It's
lighting especially.
Yeah, and the way the lighting and the atmosphere of the world. I mean, you recently made a video on the atmosphere, but like the world grows along with Ezio. Like, when you first enter Rome, when you first enter Monteriggioni at the start, it's so bright and colorful, and everything's renovated, and but then as it collapses and you go back to Rome, you see a city worn down by oppression, by tyranny, by poverty, and and then as time goes on, you rebuild it so it becomes the wonderful city that it once was.
Yeah, exactly. And like the Monteriggioni set piece at the start is one of the best, because they needed something to pull you like back down to earth, sort of, because like by the end of AC2, Ezio's like, he's really accomplished. He's at like his peak basically. They've got a Brotherhood, are all united. They've got this base, and like it seems like they have sort of not a fair chance, but like they don't seem fucked as they do later on. Yeah. And then like when you go back and it strips away everything you have. It takes away the armor of Altair, Monteriggioni, which you spend like ages working on, all your money, your tools, like Mario, and it's the best way of just fucking punching you down and like then throwing you in and saying, right, you have to build everything back up now.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the progression so satisfying, because otherwise you'd be going from like being fairly established and having all this shit to then like I don't know how to word it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the beginning of all of the games, I think really like at that time really embodied what the game was about. You know, the start of Assassin's Creed 2, you spend the first section getting to know Ezio's family, and then the point of that game is, you know, his family and his new family that he goes by the end of the game. With Brotherhood, the early sections are similar, but instead of helping your family, you're helping the people. You're helping the people of Monteriggioni.
Yeah.
And that carries over to Rome when you begin the Brotherhood and you start liberating those who are oppressed. You help the people, you save the people from Cesare, who is an amazing villain. He's a villain he's dissimilar to Rodrigo in the way Rodrigo was calculated, planned everything out. Cesare's more on the insane side, but he works just as well, and it really shows a contrast between the two that I think worked perfectly as a continuation, and it's not just a repeat of what we saw before.
Yeah, exactly. Because like that contrast you brought up, like why I think Cesare works so well. I think Cesare wouldn't work as well if he was a villain for, say, Connor or Bayek, but because it's like there's a trailer for Brotherhood where he's like, you know, there's some voiceover about how like if there was ever a man as charismatic as me or who could raise armies, and it's like describing things that like match up with him and Ezio, they'd like I'd want to meet that man, and there's sort of like not a mutual respect, but like.
No,
I think Cesare like rates him as an opponent.
Yeah, because they are like similar in many ways. You know, they're brought up noble, but Ezio's father died, whereas Cesare's father became pope, and you see how the different life paths transform. I mean, imagine if Cesare fucks his sister. Imagine in the first game if you just shag Claudia. That'd be a bit awkward, I think.
I fucking wish. Right.
Isn't she like Jack? I'm pretty sure she's underage in Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, she's 15, isn't she?
Well,
yeah, right. Let's
swiftly move. The Brotherhood system.
How many things have we said that could get us cancelled in this podcast so far?
Technically,
It's too many.
Technically, that was just you. So
no, you've said some things. The
only things I've said that could get me cancelled is that Black Flag's overrated.
No, there was something last time that and I'm not going to bring up, but
yeah.
Let's just get anyway. Claudia's character model's the same when she's like 40.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter.
she's also a much better and more fleshed out character in Brotherhood, which is always lovely to see. You know, she really takes on the reins of she takes on the reins of a business instead of just being that. She was kind of the worst side character in Assassin's Creed 2. I'd say.
Yeah,
her and Maria.
Yeah, and I think that sort of makes sense because Ezio doesn't like visit, and he's not meant to have like this really strong relationship, and they do touch on that at the start of the game when he's talking to the woman with the flowers. Yeah. And for Claudia, where she goes totally makes sense, and as she's brought like closer to the forefront, it's a shame we never fully got to see where that went in a mainline game, but for Revelations I suppose it was worth it.
Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, Brotherhood just built on everything so perfectly. It was the last game that Patrice Désilets worked on, and briefly, but the game was basically finished by the time he left / got fired.
It's similar to another. Know. Yeah, the time he left.
Yeah,
in proportion to when the game released was similar to another.
Yeah,
I mean, I think be discredited because he makes good games.
I think I think the scenario was slightly different, just a little bit different, but this was the last game that he worked on, and obviously he knew what he was fucking doing, and that's why after this the game started going downhill.
Yeah, and fucking Eve is just like that whole thing of like you need to join your DNA is just sort of left, because like I would have loved to see what his plan was, because the modern day in Revelations the modern day is good because it's Derby, but then in 3, even though it's Corey, it's Corey under fucking Alex Hutchinson,
and it's not quite the same.
But even that though, like in 3, it's weird because Corey writes Hatham, and Hatham's brilliant.
Yeah.
So it's not like he couldn't write under Alex Hutchinson.
No, it was just that
he wrote.
he wasn't given
It's
the
weird.
he wasn't given the tools and I think to properly write the because I feel like what he had written for 3 in the modern day at least was decent, but it wasn't given a full chance to shine, you know. Other than writing Desmond out, but I think he wasn't really given a choice there, you know.
Yeah. Well, since we are talking about the modern day, I think Brotherhood has the best in the series.
Oh, absolutely. That's without a doubt for me. I mean, it's hard to put into words, but the way that they, in such a small span of time, you see the relationships grow. I mean, now you can leave the Animus, so you can, interact with the gang, and the relationships grow, and you see more into the truth. I mean, the way you see there's been so many different theories as to who the Subject 16 model is at the end. I mean, I know Tyler from As Always. If you haven't seen the most recent episode of As Always featuring me and Jack, go check it out. But Tyler made a video a few years ago. Tyler made a video a few years ago questioning whether the Subject 16 you see in the Truth of Brotherhood is actually Desmond in the Grey from the future. Which, I mean, the lore is fucked now, but the way it left open so many different possibilities for stuff, and then the introduction of Juno it's just all so spot on and leaves so much.
The thing is, Joe,
yeah,
we'll never know, because I remember when that was a fun thing to do, theorising about Assassin's Creed and how Desmond was still alive and who Bishop is, and nothing's connected. They're all just it's a fucking anthology.
Yeah, it is.
We can't have that anymore.
But also, at the time, the way it left so much open for question was fantastic. And then the way Ezio building up his army in Rome, it's all so well done, and I can't wrap my head around how such a great game can be made in such a short span of time.
Oh no, it's amazing. I think it is just like Patrice, because any other creative director, Revelations did it as well, and that wasn't Patrice. No. But but Revelations isn't as good though. But Brotherhood is a phenomenal game.
Yeah. When
it really shouldn't have been.
Exactly.
And what I want to know about is your opinions on the combat, because this is a love or hate it type of thing.
Yeah. So I struggle with the combat in Brotherhood. Not struggle as in it's hard, because it's ridiculously easy.
Yeah, he's just a shit gamer.
No, I'm not the biggest. I don't like kill chains, and I don't like.
Right.
It's significantly more easy than 2 was. I mean, 2's not exactly the height of combat. I mean, none of these games have great combat, but
I agree.
I think it was somewhat of a downgrade, having kill chains, but at the same time, whenever I play Brotherhood, I find myself far more inclined to use stealth, and I think there's a lot more opportunities for it. Like when you break into the Castello, I feel like that's a mission optimized for stealth, not to get into a bunch of fights, and I feel like that translates to most. I feel like of all the good Assassin's Creed games. You know what I mean? Like the first 4 and then Black Flag. This game...
The Borgia Towers as well.
Yeah.
It's a little Siege almost.
Yeah, but I feel Brotherhood was the best in the way of pushing stealth and actually creating missions that you could utilize stealth in. I know it's your favorite combat system, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay, my 2 favourites are this and Unity. Unity's more as I love it just as a general combat system.
Right.
And Brotherhood is the thing with Brotherhood is you're fast and you're quick and you're lethal like an assassin, but you don't feel light and vulnerable like one should.
Right,
I think it should be if you work your way up through a chain, that you should be really on edge, because if you get knocked off balance or if someone grabs you, you think like your health bar should be tiny. Because I think I heard Leo K describe it as like his combat system he would want is where you're basically a glass cannon,
right?
Which is like, I agree with that. I'd love to have the efficiency of an assassin, but like the appeal of being an assassin isn't being like a brute and having like that thick steel skin. So I think
that's the perfect way to put it. Like, I feel like because you have the opportunity to just one hit enemies in combat chains. Yeah, I do feel like the damage you put out should also be able to be done to you. So
yeah,
I think if I was to criticize Brotherhood for any feature, it'd probably be not even the combat system itself, maybe more so the amount of health you can get, because it is very fucking hard to get desynchronized in Brotherhood in comparison to Unity.
Yeah, I think there should be more guards as well, because when there's like guards walking about in groups of 4s, you can have them laid out in like 10 seconds and less than that without even really trying. So like if there was like 10 guards walking about and they didn't wait around for you and you have to constantly be on your feet, but you still have that efficiency, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I think the system's great for that 4-guard section, but when you come up against like more than like 4 or 5, it starts to feel a little ridiculous, But I feel like every other system was perfectly upgraded in every way, and it's just like even the Brotherhood system it had so much potential to be built on, and it just wasn't. Like there are flaws with it. I feel like it's maybe not as in deep as it could be. I quite enjoy the micromanagement of it, but it's not that deep of a system. But just the idea of liberating these people from oppression and then having them join you by your side. Because it really is, by the end of the game, it's really a civil war within the city between the Assassins and Templars. I mean, that's what the trailer is indicating, and I think it works perfectly.
Yeah, it does. That was... Assassin Recruits was like... That's another thing where it feels very much like a natural progression where you expand the Assassin Brotherhood as a mentor.
Yeah.
And everything feels like... It doesn't feel like... As I said, it brings you back to Earth, like the start of the game, but it doesn't feel like you're as inexperienced as you were in 2, because as Ezio ages, he gets much more efficient, and like games take place over less time because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so here, it feels like Ezio would be able to do that, and it makes sense for him to do that, whereas with 2, it takes him like 20 years just to finally not kill Rodrigo.
No, I absolutely. I do feel like it makes... Obviously, they also had to link up the time frames so that they're historically accurate, but no, I'd agree. And I think Leonardo as well is a great addition to this game. The Leonardo DLC, like, the way it fleshes out their friendship, because when you compare it to something like Edward and Adewale, it's so much more flesh. It feels like they're genuinely friends as opposed to just they know each other and they've... they happen to work together.
It could feel a bit like that with Adewale at times, where it felt a bit passive-aggressive towards Edward.
Yeah, almost like that, yeah.
I do love that DLC, and all the side content in Brotherhood is like... That's a game where RPGs, not generally, but RPGs Ubisoft make are so inflated with just content, where it's like throw things in here, and you can have a big game with lots of things in it without everything being dull. Like that's how people excuse a lot of Origins and Odyssey's issues, is they say, well, all these bandit camps again and again, all these side quests, it's because it's an RPG. And here you have this game that's a more linear open world experience, and it does it 10 times better. It was made in a third of the time because it's much more creative. Yeah. And that's a general issue with the newer games.
No, I completely agree. Like, all the content in this game is. I mean, if you look at the Leonardo missions, for example,
Yeah.
they built like the tank mechanic, the machine gun mechanic for a single mission. Obviously, bringing back like the boat mechanic as well. Like they build.
Yeah, added the parachute as well. That was
Yeah.
a really cool addition.
Like they build these entirely new gameplay systems, but then they don't drive them into the ground like games like Origins would. They use them sparingly, so it really feels like a unique experience. So it feels like, oh, this is sick. This is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing ever loses its charm, really, and it's the set pieces in this and Revelations are the best in the series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt. There was I found something out the other day with the Romulus letters. There's that one where you chase that priest.
That might be the best mission in the series for me. Like not the best, but my favorite mission in the series.
Yeah, because I had that in my top 5 set pieces video because it's my favorite like Romulus mission and I love it so much. But like, there's something I found out the other day which is insane. Someone commented on that video something like, "Oh, it's a shame you didn't get like the secret cutscene when you killed him." And I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I looked it up, and when you fight him at the end, like at the top of the church and the rain's tipping down, if you grab him and throw him off the ledge, he'll grab on, and Ezio will like grab him by the necklace. Now he'll grab him by the hand, and he'll be like, "Thank you for saving me." And then Ezio just grabs the necklace, swipes it from him, he falls, and he dies. This secret cutscene,
so
after playing that mission so many times, it's tiny details like that are fucking insane.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mental.
It's so refined. It's polished and refined.
And like, they could have so easily not added that. Like, how many people, if you had to like attribute a percentage of that, would have seen that? What, like 10% of people who played that mission or less?
Exactly.
It's especially for the time they had. They just took the leisure of adding tiny things like that are just I didn't know were in the game after playing it a ridiculous amount of times. It's mental.
I feel like it's always the games that have those details that coincidentally happen to also be some of the best games, like Red Dead 2, for example. Like, if a developer puts that much attention into their small details, then they've clearly got a generally great game. Like that's usually the case, it seems.
Yeah, because it shows care, doesn't it? When it's like every corner of this game, if they're willing to put all these tiny details in, it shows they want every corner of this game, no matter how hidden it is, no matter how unlikely it is you'll find it, they want it to be great. And that is, I really admire that about the things Patrice made.
Yeah, it is really, it's insane. Going back to the writing real quick, it's I didn't really think about it until recently, but it is the fundamental hero story. It's going from 2, where he was like, he was cocky at the start, he became humbled, and he became an assassin. This one just...
He's a Mary Sue, basically.
But no, it carries on perfectly the hero story, growing... Because at the start of the game, he has a bit of, like... His ego's kind of boosted back up a little bit, after he thinks he's succeeded. And then it takes him back down to earth, and he has to learn how to be a leader and learn how to lead his people. Like, it's just the perfect implementation of, like, a fundamental hero story. And that's why he's so loved. Because some people think it's just like, oh, he gets tons of bitches. Yeah, he's such a cool guy, isn't it? It's like, no, it's because he's a perfectly written archetypal hero that just transfers so perfectly, and he transfers to any medium. That's why the Oliver Bowden books from that time are still great, because fundamentally Ezio as a character, especially in Brotherhood, in my opinion, is magnificent. And some people complain like he becomes a deity in this game, like he's what? Just people are like, oh, he's like Jesus. People just start treating him like Jesus.
It's so fucking... because there's that...
And it's like,
that scene where he... Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not what anyone's trying to do. 'Cause
yeah,
he's still not perfect.
exactly. It's like that's how you be a leader. You can never be perfect, but you have to try and as a leader, you have to exude that capability.
Yeah, and like if you consider as well, the start of the game is the direct consequence of perhaps his biggest mistake.
Yeah.
Because they never present him killing Rodrigo as like the right thing. It's the right thing for him.
Yeah, but it's not the right thing overall. Yeah.
No, it's not, and it's Machiavelli. He has a conversation with where Ezio's like, "Listen, someone else is just going to come and take his place," and Machiavelli, because like I read into Machiavelli a bit, and I love him in this game because he's so much like he was in real life, where he's just a massive fucking pessimist.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, when Ezio says like, because they're opposites in a sense, where Ezio believes in the people and that people are fundamentally good and can be good, like his speech in Bonfire of the Vanities. But Machiavelli is like, every man given the power will act on their worst instincts. Like there's that scene when Ezio wants to like raise an army, and Ezio gets robbed, and he's like, "Oh yeah, one of your mates that."
Yeah.
It's no, but like the implementation of historical characters, great. Like it's been shit in certain games, but it's really good in Brotherhood.
For sure. I think Machiavelli and the Volpe story as well, with Ezio in the middle of it, it's really well done. I mean, Machiavelli as an opposite, but also Ezio's right hand man, kind of balances out how the player feels about what you're doing. You know.
Yeah, it's good there's some sort of, not conflict, but like opposition to Ezio's ideas. Because otherwise it would be like less interesting if it was just him doing everything he wanted to do.
And also Machiavelli's just a much better character than in AC2 when he's just kind of there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was sort of, but like I think Patrice knew what he wanted to do, what he could do if he was given a sequel, so I think that's, you know, why he was there. But like, yeah, Brotherhood is Rome is actually, did you know Assassin's Creed Brotherhood has a Valhalla Easter egg in it, Joe?
Oh my days. The game from 10 years ago has an Easter egg from the game coming out in 2020.
Well, no, but it does, because there is an email where Sean says he has Viking heritage. So maybe that's why there's male Eivor, because...
Of course, yeah, that's what it is.
Female Eivor is Layla, and male one's Sean. That's how fucking genetics work.
Of course, no, yeah, that's...
As if all your ancestors have to be the same gender as you.
What if Layla Hassan and Sean Hastings are actually long-lost siblings?
What if Layla Hassan shot herself?
Nah, she's gonna be really good. She's definitely gonna be really good. Definitely.
Darby said that, which is really, because like Darby, I think we love Darby. Darby can do anything.
He can.
But he said he'll make Layla likable, which is a bold claim. But like, if there's a man to do it, it is him.
I see where he's coming from, because like by the end of Odyssey, he's like, Layla's borderline evil. You know.
They never present it as that. It's like she should be, but it's always just like, oh, she fucking killed a mate. You know, she just stabbed Otto Berg in the fucking spine. Just, you know, hashtag just Layla things.
But I feel like at the start of this game, she's gonna be like, kind of falling down a pit of that, and then we're gonna see a genuine arc and story told about Layla instead of just some random fucking event that happened in her life. So I kind of trust Darby with this. Like, I think he's going to write it well, but I don't know how you save a character that's been so bad up to this point and has no... Like, I can't name a single character trait of Layla.
She's a daredevil.
Yeah.
She doesn't like Abstergo.
And she likes Egypt. She's interested in Egypt. She's curious.
Oh man, fucking as well. What we've heard from people who've played demos, they can't show any of it, but Layla is supposed to look older, like in the thing. Which could you imagine if they just jumped 5 years ahead, and like we didn't have to keep.
I might be alright with if they just jump 5 years ahead, as long as in the next games they stay at the same point, you know, and they start telling the story.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, like they did.
That'd be
Because
sick.
1 through Revelations, 1 through 3 takes place in 2012, and then they started doing the time jumps for no apparent reason.
Yeah, and you just miss so much shit when you do that. So let's hope it's set in like, I don't know, 2025. Anyway, before we get on to other things, do you want to wrap up AC Brotherhood and our thoughts on the game?
That's a good question. Do I?
Do you? Only you can answer
Well,
that.
we do know that it's a great game. And looking back on it, I still have it as my favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time. It's in my top 3 games of all time, which I think it'll stay there. But after I get a PS5 and play all the exclusives that I missed, you know, that list will probably change. But Brotherhood's always going to be up there for me. It's magnificent continuation of the story, peak of the modern day, arguably the peak of the gameplay. I would say it probably is the peak of the gameplay, like on a whole.
Yeah.
So
content
it's
is
just
the best it's been.
mission structure. Yep. Just everything.
Yeah,
is,
Rome's great.
Everything's so
side
spot on.
characters are great.
Yeah.
It's.
Is there any
it's-
closing statements you'd like to say, my good Sir Jack? Or should
don't
I say
think-
Wade
think we've gone
Walshy?
over it.
That
Yeah, that's the way we
As-
full name now.
in your next in the next video that you show your face, you have to be Wade at some point in the video.
It's funny to me though that like generally when talking to lads from the community,
Yeah.
you're Joe, but I'm always Walshy.
Yeah. Well, it's because no one wants to say founded Scarab because it's a terrible. Well, it's not a terrible name. But it's a bit long.
Yes, but
bit
I
long
do.
though.
I call Joe the Scarab in private, which some of you may not know. But
yeah,
Brotherhood,
it's quite
excellent game.
It's because no one knows your name. It's because you don't tell anyone your name. Jack the
Jack
lad.
Rashid ad-Din Sinan, Louis Joseph Gaultier Chevalier de la Vengerie, Ibn Ahad.
What's wrong
There
with
you
you?
go. I was born in Kenya, raised as an assassin, and I moved to the Dutch Golden Age in 2005. Here we are now.
Speaking of assassins, Deadshot is a paid mercenary, and Deadshot is also a member of the
That
Suicide
was weak.
Squad.
That was fucking.
Well, you didn't set me
um,
up, so I had to just get into it. I think it was pretty smooth, personally.
I appreciate the attempt was there. So
The Suicide Squad
Right.
game has been officially announced, kind of.
Yeah.
At least the fact that it's happening has been announced. So this is what Rocksteady have been working on for all this time, for the last 5 years. A game it seems as if it's going to be based off the Suicide Squad versus Justice League comic run, as well as
I don't even know what that is.
there's a pretty
Who's
shitty movie.
Who's in the Suicide Squad in that comic then?
I've not read the comic and I've not seen the movie. The movie's apparently
Look
quite
it
shit.
up now. But,
Hold up, I'll have a look.
I know that Superman's involved because he's on the cover.
Yeah.
And he's looking quite not like he's just used X-ray eyes. His eyes look quite evil. Well, maybe not evil. More.
You've got-
he's like the villain.
So you've
maybe?
got Harley Quinn, of course, Killer Croc again, Deadshot. So it looks like it's going to be similar to the Suicide Squad in the films.
No Boomerang Man.
Gas and Boomerang, the best. Nah, the best character is Slipknot, the man who can climb anything, except the first
until
time.
he can't.
Except the first time he tries to climb something, he gets his fucking head blown off. It's my favorite part of Suicide Squad 2016, the movie, starring hit actor Will Smith and hit actress Margot Robbie.
My favourite moment is when they use 90% of the budget on pop songs that never fit.
Oh my days! I remember watching that film for the first time, and I felt physically ill. In the first 10 minutes, they use almost their entire soundtrack. Like, every single time it changes scene, it changes song, and it fucking pains me so much.
Yeah, that Suicide Squad, to me, is just one extended music video.
That's what it feels like. because they
It
butchered
does.
it. They raped Suicide Squad the film by getting they got the trailer studio to edit it together.
Yeah, but if we got the
edit half of
Ayer
it.
cut, it would be good.
Oh, of course,
Joe?
yeah, because the Ayer cut and the Snyder cut are gonna save everyone from climate change, and also are gonna stop World War III from happening, and is gonna kill coronavirus.
Guys, there's actually 2 minutes of additional footage that would reframe the whole movie, and the characters wouldn't be shit, and the soundtrack would be really good, and it would be really nice.
Yeah,
so
and the Joker would be
give it a
just
chance.
Joker, like it would just bring Heath Ledger back to life, and yeah, he'd just be the Joker. But now the Suicide Squad game, it's not looking great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
yeah, because there's been some rumours, haven't there? But I don't know how.
It's looking like it's gonna be somewhat similar to what the Avengers game is looking like. A lot of co-op and multiplayer elements. It's
Yeah,
a real
James
shame.
was saying that on the podcast, and that's such a waste of Rocksteady as well.
Exactly. I said that. Yeah, it's. I don't know why anyone would take this magnificent studio that have proven to make amazing single-player, character-focused experiences and make them make a fucking co-op, fun-time Suicide Squad game. So it's... I'm not too optimistic of it right now, but I think the DC event, whenever that is, it'll be fully announced with a trailer, maybe a demo.
Yeah.
So we'll see...
Yeah, I think they said there'll be more info at Fandom, which also... Dean Norris, Hank from Breaking Bad, and Giancarlo Esposito are going to.
Oh.
And The Rock, so I guess Black Adam has been announced.
Is...
Like, properly.
No. Yeah, but no, Black Adam, I'd imagine, is being announced. And John Cena will be there too, because the Suicide Squad, the new film coming out in 2021 that no one cares about.
No, I know it's James Gunn and it's got like Peter Capaldi in it, but I just don't really.
I think it'll be good,
care.
But I don't see why DC are so hell bent on making fucking Suicide Squad properties. Like, it's I just don't fully understand it. But the game itself, obviously, I think it'll be okay. Everyone gets mad at me because I think the Avengers game will be shit. It's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be good, guys. It's not. I know I've not played it, but you can look at a game and see if it's gonna be good or not.
Well, Joe. Except plenty of people have played the beta and said it's really good, and no one would ever shill for Marvel.
No,
you're
never.
just fucking wrong.
Yeah, no one would ever give things good reviews so they can get more. Yeah, more insider sources.
But that has never plagued any industry ever.
Definitely
That's
not
just
gaming.
not a thing
It's
that
never happened in the gaming industry ever before in the eternity of its existence. But yeah,
Not once.
either way, even if it is like kind of a rough setup for a game, you know, fucking Suicide Squad versus Justice League, MMORPG, Rocksteady here are a great studio, and I have no doubt that they will probably tell some great stories within this game. And they'll probably like they did last time. They'll probably nail all the characters, like beautifully. So plus we'll be able to see Superman in hopefully a good game, which is it's been a while since that's happened.
Yeah.
Injustice games were okay.
Injustice, would you say?
Injustice 3 has also been rumored. But also,
whoa, that's a fucking big deal. If they're gonna have Suicide Squad and Injustice 3 at one thing.
Yeah, but not. I don't think it's going to be coming in I think it's been rumored to like have just gone into development.
Oh right, yeah, I think that make more sense.
Yeah, so it's not getting me too excited. Like, I do wish Rocksteady had kept going with their Superman game that was rumored for so long. I wish that hadn't got cancelled. Also, I want to see a fucking Batman game.
That's going through development hell. There's no way it's not.
Even if it does come out, right? If it comes out within the next year, it's going to be shit because the development has been all over the place. But it'd be nice to see because, you know, fucking Batman's a good character.
Yeah, before we do veer off Suicide Squad though, I just want to say, if it actually is a multiplayer MMORPG, we need to play that. That has to be a fun time.
Oh, for sure. I'll be Harley Quinn wearing my Verizon costume, because I'm assuming they're doing that like the Avengers game did.
Oh my god. Yeah, fucking Verizon. That's like another thing. That's another thing where it just solidifies the Avengers game. It's not a game, but just a product.
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Verizon.
That's all it is. The fact that, exclusive outfits for Verizon, and they just do look like shitty Santa Claus outfits.
They do.
What a disaster, man. Is the open beta up? Oh, it might be up now. As of recording this podcast.
We record this the day before, so it might be.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we totally would record a montage of that, except I need to get a new PC, because my PC is from 2005.
But like, listen, you're going to be able to do far more bits.
That is very true. I've got the Elgato set up. I just need this fucking £800 PC that I'm getting custom built, because this is a bit of a mess right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but like I saw the stats of it, or the fucking specs or whatever it is.
We're both 8-year-old men, and I love it. It's great.
Well,
I know fuck all about this.
I saw all that.
Yeah.
It seems like you've basically got like the same sort of thing as mine, and mine is like way more powerful than I need it to be, and it never like slows up or anything. But once you've got that, it'll just quality of life, innit? And you'll have it.
Exactly.
That'll do you for years. Then.
Exactly. It's like it's going to be like a 3 to 5 year investment, as long as these new consoles don't just require fucking double the RAM. Then I'd be a bit fucked. But then I could probably just upgrade it myself.
Even then,
I wouldn't have to buy an entirely new one.
I mean, even then, all you need is the HDMI to connect. You wouldn't need to actually like pair it with the PC.
True.
Anyways,
that's enough. Oh yeah. So my PC's broken. How's your back doing, man? Since we need to talk about your back every podcast.
we sort of do. Everything's broken because yesterday, the 10th, was a roller coaster of a day for both of us. More for Joe, because Joe had like the peak of his life and happiness, and also like the biggest drop off as well, because
it was very stressful.
Because we were on As Always, which was fucking surreal. It was mad.
Yeah.
And then your old guy came.
Sorry, what?
Don't know what that was.
Nah, it was you suck in Tyler's dick.
No.
I'm taking the piss. I'm taking the piss.
You're worse than me on that front. But anyway.
Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, we really going there.
Nah, it was a great time. I kid. I'm joking.
It was great. He's not though. He does suck Tyler's dick. Anyway, so
I would.
Your day.
I would, hypothetically, consensually.
I know.
Because as I said yesterday, I do love gay sex. So, sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we are Assassin's Creed fans. We just told our audience they love gay sex. That's probably.
Well, if you don't love gay sex, then you're objectively wrong. Gay sex after the 1 terabyte patch is great. It's
oh fuck's sake.
It's all good. After the patches, gay sex is great.
Patches cured my AIDS. Right. The fuck is this? I think all we're even going on to your day, because you had As Always, and your Elgato come. We're planning to do a Unity funtage and some Black Flag funtages we were going to do today. Things were looking great, and then things went downhill for you. Do you want to describe your awful day?
And I'd just finished writing like 1,000 words of my Black Flag script, and then I started setting up my Elgato. And first of all, I accidentally flicked off the switch of my computer, so I lost all of my Black Flag script that I'd spent most of the day writing. It wasn't anywhere. It wasn't recovered. It wasn't in a temporary file. And then I tried plugging my Elgato in. Said, nah, bro, you got the wrong fucking USB port. So I go to Twitter. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be streaming The Witcher 3 anytime soon because I have the wrong USB port. Immediately get roasted. But I got the advice, and then ended up dipping into basically all of my savings to buy a new PC to upgrade. This was after like 5 hours of hell, and also essentially going through a beginner's computing course because I didn't know what any of the fucking terms meant, because I'm a creative at heart and I don't know what the fuck RAM actually is, and I'll never know and I'll never care.
You do know the so do you know for sure your PC, this new one, does have 3.0s?
Yeah, so it definitely has 3.0s.
Oh, sick.
USB 3.0s. It definitely has enough RAM. I'm not going to give away all the specs because I don't know. Definitely has enough RAM, enough storage, all set, terabytes of storage. And but the day as a whole had me crawled up on my bed, depressed, wanting to give up. But you know what? If you ever feel like you want to give up on a passion because things are going wrong, you feel like everything's collapsing around you, just know.
Do it. Just give up. Please.
Just fucking kill yourself, man. Just know. Just know.
So far, we've told our audience they like gay sex. They shouldn't believe in their dreams, and they should kill themselves.
Just know that you can get like whatever it may be, hardships in life. Like, obviously, mine are fucking massive first world problems that my Elgato doesn't work on my £400 computer. But just know you can get through it. If you feel like giving up, you can get through it. So I woke up today and I got the Black Flag script recorded. Everything's all set. Recording this podcast now, and it's lovely. It's lovely. How come your day wasn't great though? I don't think you mentioned this to me. Maybe you did.
Oh well,
I feel bad if you did.
My day was pretty sick. At the and as always, there was. I didn't have a shit day, but there was a bit of a tragedy where I live. But sounds quite fucking. That sounds very selfish. I had a great day. There was a tragedy where I live, but I had a great day, so it's fine. But by the way, because I know I've just said to Joe we've accidentally slagged off our audience a bit. We love you.
Jack's having a panic attack.
The reception. I'm doing a Philip DeFranco. I'm just pandering so you'll give me money when I eventually launch a prank. Fuck. Right. I just say it now. We're both really happy with like how much you guys have been enjoying the podcast so far.
That is real. Like, the reception to the last episode was amazing, and as much as we all do like gay sex here, we also want to say I don't know how that's related in the slightest, but thank you for that, because it was sick to see loads of people on Twitter and in the comments just giving support and saying how much they loved it, and the Spotify views went up, and it was magnificent. So thank you guys. It's really appreciated, because we kind of started this like on a whim, but now that we know people are enjoying it and want to see more, like there was comments saying like this should be longer, and stuff like that.
And this one should be, because we've got a big list of topics.
That's very true. So
lads,
it's really cool to see, as well as that, the reaction to us on the As Always podcast. There was a fair few people who had no fucking clue who we were, or at least who I was. But that's fine, because the people who did know us, like, just thank you all for the support and everything, as well as that. Shout out to James and Tyler, because just having us on the being on that podcast was sick, and it's just thanks for everyone being so supportive.
And like with that, I think it's safe to say that's the most like surreal mental thing that's happened in our like YouTube careers.
It's definitely a monumental moment, but it was also just genuinely like a great laugh. I had a great time. As much as like at first it, like I'm not gonna lie, at first when I first heard we were gonna jump on, I was a bit nervous, because
I wasn't at all.
No, definitely not. You were just vibing. I was a bit nervous, but like, it just was a great laugh and a great time. Those lads are sick, and they've been doing it for 5-6 years. So but none of it would have happened without the people who watch and listen and support. So, not to be too pandering, but thank you all. I'm sure we'll all have gay sex at one point in life. I probably shouldn't make gay sex a meme. Because that'd just make me sound massively homophobic, which I'm not.
I'm not.
To be clear,
I'm not gay, guys. I'm just doing the meme. That's
Shut
it.
Right. For fuck's sake.
But like,
anyway,
I just want to say as well. I was joking. I was fucking terrified of going on there. Like Joe, through the week, because Tyler DM'd us about like 5-6 days before we went on.
Yeah.
There was so many times where I just went to Joe. I'm really scared about going on the podcast. I don't know if I can do it. And like, it got to the day, and my stomach was really like churning and shit. I was like, I'm gonna talk to fucking James and Tyler on as always. And then like, it got to like 20 minutes in, and like, although I was quiet, and you could maybe tell I was nervous. I was comfortable.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it was just chatting about fucking gaming. It was like
exactly
being there. I forgot I was there at times because it was like listening.
Yeah.
To like one of the podcasts. It's fucking.
It's just what you know best. Chatting about gaming. It's a good time.
Yeah, and I would not have picked. Gonna have a bit of a wholesome 1000 Reddit moment here.
Ugh.
I wouldn't have picked anyone else to have helped me there, but you, mate. And I don't know if I could have done it without you.
Thanks, bro. I really appreciate it. I definitely could have done it without you.
Fuck's sake. Yeah.
I'm joking. Nah, it was sick. It just worked, you know. Felt very comfortable because it did just feel like we were doing a podcast, and
yeah.
But like, realistically, doing podcasts is just having a chat. So it's
Yeah, and that's why like I'm so glad that you guys enjoy this, because doing this to start was like, as you say, it was almost on a whim, where like we'd spoke about it before, like a few weeks before, like, oh maybe we could do a podcast, and it's really easy to make, but it's the thing I enjoy doing most, because to start I remember being like super nervous about starting up, but now it's just come here, chat a bit before, switch on OBS, chat some more, and throw it up, and you guys seem to, and that's because I thought I'd be shit at doing something like this, where it's like keeping an audience interested or like emoting and that. But no, it's been,
I'm not gonna lie,
insane.
It has become like one of my favorite things to do in the week, because it's just
great.
a good time. Speaking of gay sex,
we just fucking gotten off that. So you keep acting like, oh, let's not make it a meme, guys. You know what you're doing. You're fully aware of what
gay
you're doing.
sex, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can probably have gay sex, and within that, further on, they just released Valhalla's main theme, and in my opinion, it's kind of mid. Unpopular opinion here.
Well, it's obviously no Ezio's family. Nothing is, and like, I don't think it's as good as 4's, but like, I really like it. So I'm glad. Because it feels far more like slow and melancholy, and so I reckon this will play. Because I think Eivor's village is going to get burned down from what we saw in the gameplay trailer, and then they'll move to England, and I think they'll have a big tragic moment, and that theme will play, and it'll be a really emotional character moment. It'll be fucking poignant, but because it's on like a different wavelength, like emotionally, to being at the top of the church, it will fit more there, because it's far more, it's very different, and it does feel very Jesper in parts. And I think it's tailored to Eivor, which is fucking great, because although they redid Ezio's family, I'm glad Eivor has a proper theme that's their own and fits their character.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm glad that there is a specific theme, and like new, they're not just reusing Ezio's family. But at the same time, I kind of want to hear alternates to this, because right now, although I like it as a piece of music, I feel like as the main theme, it doesn't have any motif that I could identify that really seemed like it could become iconic, the same way Ezio's family, or you know, the Black Flag one, or that violin at the start of Syndicates. it's like it feels very Unity to me, as in it almost feels kind of generic. I think it's going to work very well in the context of the game. Not generic in the way, I think it's going to work very well in the context of the game, but it doesn't feel like a main theme, and that's probably a stupid complaint. I like the music, but I'm interested to see the alternates that Jesper has come up with, like to reuse it throughout the game, you know? Because Jesper's a great composer.
I think it would be better as like a character theme, like you had Bayek of Siwa, where you have that for a really poignant moment, but then the game has its own theme that's much more like, because as you say with Ezio's Family and the AC4 theme, those are ones that like they fucking slap, like you just chuck them on to listen to and they're very memorable for that. But then this doesn't have that value, where like in the context of the game it would be great, but unlike, you know, Ezio's Family playing when you reach the top of the rooftop, or, you know, sailing into Havana when the reprise version of the theme plays, it's not, it will have that like greatness in the moment it's in, but you won't think, fuck, that's iconic, I want to listen to that more, I'm going to remember it for ages. I see what you mean. Yeah,
that's exactly it. And I think as well, like, sorry, fucking fuck that up there. No, I agree there. That all being said, I do think that Jesper has done exactly what I expected him to do, in the way that I think this theme perfectly matches the setting, the exact same way nearly every other theme has perfectly matched their setting. Like, they've clearly used like local instruments, like to that time period and to those settings, and it works so well for Vikings, the same way Ezio's Family did, the same way AC4 did. Yeah, it is quite alright. They also redid the trailer with female Eivor, is another Valhalla thing. Yeah, and it's significantly better. I hate to be cynical, but like Ubisoft's, like in recent weeks, their promotion of like the Sisterhood or this trailer, I hate to sound cynical, but it feels like it's done because people are watching them rather than because they want change. No, I'd agree to that to an extent. So far, all they've changed has been performative. You know, it's just been a trailer. It's not. But I'm kind of more talking outside of the movement, which of course is a massive thing. But like just as a trailer, if we just look at it as a trailer, that music is so much better over the trailer. Is the point I was trying to make. But I do think that it is just a performative change. Like, they've not actually shown that they've changed within the company. But as a trailer, I think the brunt of the marketing is still the male version, and it's like they just throw this out. Did they even put it on their official channel? I don't think they did when I was looking for it. It's very frustrating because a lot of people try to use the statistics for Odyssey, saying that most people picked Alexios, right? As a way to try and show that more people want to play male. And although to a certain extent, if there's more of a male audience, they might pick male more, the fact that Alexios, even though he wasn't the canon character, was the brunt of the marketing for Odyssey, as well as being on the cover of Odyssey, like, that feeds so much into who you're going to pick. Because if someone's on the cover of a game, you're going to want to play as them. Fucking that goes for Halo 5 when you've got Master Chief, but then you play as what's his face, and it's so Locke. Yeah, so it's like if you don't promote a character, of course that character is not going to be picked. So it's nice to see female Eivor getting some love in the marketing. That being said, they're both supposedly going to be canon, so. It just sort of feels too little too late, and I don't want to be ungrateful. Well, I think it is too late, like they can't. At this point, they've been outed. Now all they can do is they can release this game, they can move on and improve and change and genuinely change going forward. Because if they were to make a female character, it has to come naturally. They can't just be making a female character because people want them to or whatever like that. It has to come naturally, and not just as a marketing decision, you know?
Yeah, like if the next game has a female protagonist,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Not because I prefer playing as females, because women even I say females then because we're talking female protagonists, female Eivor. I'm not one of those weird people who like describes women as females, but like if the next protagonist is a woman, I'll be glad for that. Not because I prefer playing as women, but because it shows some genuine change. But like if there's a game in 4 years' time where it is a woman, it feels like, and even then, like the change, even if it is brought on by like sisterhood and all that stuff,
Yeah.
still change,
Yeah, for sure. But I think if the change can be as genuine as possible. That being said, though, it is looking great. And Eivor as a character, we have, well, is it news? Is it a rumor? Is it complete bullshit? People are trying to say that it's Edward's ancestor or something. You know more about this than me.
Yeah, so I saw a Reddit post about this the other day, and then I tried to find the original to credit it in this, and there's tons of them, tons of posts about it, so I don't know where the rumour fully comes from, but there is a rumour that Eivor is the ancestor, not descendant, the ancestor of Edward Kenway, which doesn't, because people are talking like the blonde hair, blue eyes, which isn't really that uncommon, especially people from Norway, but yeah, people are saying that, 'cause there's also the interviews about like Darby and the Lion brought up Edward a lot during the initial interviews, but I think that could be to do with the characters being similar in terms of their values and who they are to start.
Yeah, it seems that
but
way.
Also could be related. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is another case of old lore trying to be brought up and trying to connect them, even though they clearly didn't have that intention in the first place. I think the reason that Edward was brought up so much is because Edward is a pirate who becomes an assassin. Pirates and assassins have the same moral values of freedom. Vikings and assassins also have the same philosophies and moral values of freedom, but different means to get that freedom. And it seems as if over the space of the game, Eivor is going to realize that the ways of the assassin is probably better means to gain that freedom. So it's going to be a very similar character arc. I think there's no chance that Edward and Eivor are related. Even if it might be like in an Easter egg or something, but I don't think it's going to be a plot point in the slightest. But it's the same way that people try to say Bayek was related to Desmond because he had a cut on his lip or something back in 2017.
Yeah,
it's just stretching things out for the sake of stretching things out.
I don't think many people in the AC community understand how like genetics work, just on the whole.
Yeah,
but like,
no,
I'd sort of love if they did that. Not for any story reasons, but I want to have Eivor slowly walk to Wales as Wales is being built, and I want like the fucking Millennium Centre to be built or some shit like that. It's fucking
but oh, fuck's sake. Oh, and nah.
Just literally do the Odyssey thing with Aya, but fucking have this 2004 building in Cardiff.
I think that's
brilliant.
I think it's another case of... Also, Edward isn't fucking... Well, he is Welsh, but he's also not a Welsh, is he? He's English and occasionally puts on a Welsh accent, but also he's probably French-Canadian anyway, so...
That's why that line, spoken like a true Welshman, Addy, makes me laugh, because Adewale sounds more Welsh than Edward does. I think it's because, like, American audiences and people from like Germany, Spain, wherever are more familiar with English accents, whereas Wales to people overseas, like, well, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but
everything's all inbred and
but also
weird. How about this?
But also, Ezio Auditore sounds like an Italian grizzly bear. Like, I think people can understand English in different accents, but then again, Ubisoft are fucking dumb. So.
Yeah,
and they don't understand that people have brains. They think that people don't have brains and are all 4 years old.
They sort of
that's
do.
why everyone in Unity has a West Country accent, and it just makes sense.
Yeah, the West Country accent being the accent of poverty is so fucking funny. It's just... But yeah, like, I wish they did properly do accents, because Assassin's Creed largely, like, so much of the appeal to old fans and new fans is exploring these settings across the world, across a variety of time periods, and part of getting immersed in that is the people and how they sound. And when you're in, like, you know, fucking 18th century France, and you hear someone talking as if he's, you know, from fucking Butlins in, like, Cornwall, it's a bit off-putting. Like, you know...
Yeah, a little bit.
It's they should sort it out.
It's a bit strange. Also, I just kind of noticed, you know, your classic YouTuber voice that you've built up over the past few months?
Yeah.
On and off, you'll sometimes like fall into it in the podcast. There you just went like, Assassin's Creed has always been built on history.
Yeah. It's mixed so much with my real voice where, like, I haven't heard my real voice in months because, like, I'm just constantly in YouTuber mode.
Yeah.
But
your dad will be going to the shops.
Yeah,
And just like, can
good.
you go and get me some milk?
But yeah, like, the accents thing, it's just patronising, isn't it? Where, like, you know,
Nah, yeah, it really is.
Like, you won't understand this accent because it's fucking... Like, the French accent is so easy to understand as well.
Yeah, and
it's also a nice accent.
So it's not like it's uncommon. Like, a lot of people have heard French accents before.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
it's
Elise's accent is all over the place. And of course, the worst line in Unity we all know is "You're a bad influence." Oh, you were a worse one.
Oh, you were a worse one.
It's so badly delivered.
The fucking delivery.
It's so badly.
I just want to put a voice actor in a fucking headlock. Like,
yeah, the whole accent thing is really weird though. Like, I mean, around that time, I mean, Syndicate didn't let you jump off rooftops. They did just treat everyone like 4 years old.
Yeah.
And to be fair, anyone who enjoys Syndicate is probably 4 years old. There we go, offending half the audience again, as always.
Or they don't enjoy a stale formula and they want a change of pace, which you obviously don't because you're just nostalgic.
Of course.
Just take the glasses off.
Yeah, we just have too much baggage. Too much. Definitely,
Joe,
it's not too much
take
experience.
the fucking glasses off.
Definitely not experience.
Take the nostalgia glasses off.
Never.
There's nothing good about the first 4 games.
Nothing at all. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The best game is objectively Odyssey. It's an underrated masterpiece, objectively, because I like something in it, but then it's actually really bad, but I like it, so it's good. That's how it works. That's how critiquing games works. Fucking hell.
There's also this glaring issue, but I don't really mind, so fuck it.
This is a reference that no one will get.
No, I feel like that's far too much of this podcast. Anyway, something you'll all get, because I'm sure many of you have seen it, Cyberpunk. See, I'm better at transitions than you are. I'm far better.
Is that true? Is that true? I'd have to disagree. We'll put a poll in the comments or somewhere. Who's a better transitioner? That sounds weird, but yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like...
Who's a better trans ally?
Male to female.
Who's a better trans ally, me or Walshy? Me or Jack? His name's Jack, not Walshy.
Well, I wasn't a massive concern.
You're right, mate.
What the
I think he's having another stroke, lads. And lasses.
No, it's one of those things where, like, I want to make a joke. There's things I want to say, but I'm so conscious of what the internet's like.
Right,
and how easy it is to just fuck yourself.
Yeah, but it's alright. Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077, Nightwire Episode 2 came out, or whatever it's called, Nightcity Wire. I gotta say, this has hyped me up significantly more for the game. I don't know about you, but in the early stages of like its announcement and all that, I was kind of hyped because I knew it would be good. But the entire genre of Cyberpunk for me, like the books, movies, it's never really interested me. Like futuristic settings and stuff, I've just never had an urge to go towards it, and so it didn't really take my interest when it first announced. But after watching these City Nightwires, holy shit, does this look like it's going to completely transcend the genre? What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, I know. I was the same with you with the setting, because a lot of people was saying that like they loved it, you know, because they really like the setting. And obviously, there's far more to it than that, and I know there is because it's CD Projekt Red. But for me, I was seeing people I know and people that aren't, you know, like super knee jerky say this looks like the best game of all time. And so I checked it out, and yeah, like the setting I'm indifferent on, but it looks fucking incredible.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. As an RPG, like obviously, I've not seen everything that's there, but it looks like it has the potential to be the best RPG of all time, like action RPG.
Yeah.
I guess. I gotta ask, which in your first playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077, because I assume you're gonna get it, which life starter pack, I'm just gonna call it that, are you picking? Nomad, Corpo,
They're
or
actually
Street
called
Kid?
Life Paths, Joe.
Well,
you should have watched the show and paid your full attention.
You
to
watched it half an hour ago, but we won't mention that.
Yeah, we did. But right, for me, they all look valid and like they have their own. None of them are bad. All of them are like almost as good, sort of. But for me, I think I want to be the nomad and come in from outside the city, and you know, see the city for the first time, have that wonder, and build myself up from nothing, from an outsider to something. Oh shit, something incredible. I think that'd be because Corpo is like you're sort of already. I really like, you know, being more like witty and charismatic and using that as a strength, but like you sort of already established. And I really like going from nothing to like, you know what, that's however you want to word it.
You might have convinced me otherwise there, because I was gonna go for Corpo, because I'm such a staunch capitalist, of course.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought when I was watching the thing. I was thinking Joe's gonna pick this one.
No, but I think, I don't know. I think I'd imagine it's gonna have some semblance of like a downfall, probably. In it, the Street Kid though, I gotta say, I think the Street Kid looks cringy as fuck, personally. But
really,
not okay.
That's my second choice.
Maybe that's an exaggeration, but there's just something about it that just makes me kind of like, I don't know. It makes my skin crawl. Like it feels very Watch Dogs 2-esque. It'll obviously be significantly better and more well written than that, but it just gives me that kind of vibe.
Yeah, the dialogue it was really like generic.
But I do imagine
I've lived here all my life.
Exactly.
We do favors for each other.
I do imagine
care for one another.
I do imagine it's going to be like every path, of course, is going to be well written, and it's going to have variety. I think for my first playthrough, fuck, you might have convinced me otherwise. I might go for Nomad now, because I never thought like seeing the city for the first time. It's gonna be a great moment. But I think for my first playthrough,
and just like immersing yourself in that and like having it be introduced to something that's like foreign to you as well, and getting
this
to
looks
like
ridiculously immersive.
Seems really cool.
This looks ridiculously immersive. Like this is, as an RPG, I mean, the fact that you've got these life choices, these life paths to start with, and you live out like a completely different life potentially, and from start to end, it's gonna be so immersive, and I'm so excited. Like the customization just is my wet dream. Truly, it's my wet dream. I'm a sucker for customization in any game, and this looks incredible.
Yeah, it does. And like that's the thing is, for me with RPGs, I'm fairly like new to the genre, and it's something that like, because I know you're not, but for me, my introduction was basically Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah, not the best.
And no, and at the time it sort of was the best for me. But you know, I played The Witcher 3, which is by far the best I've played. I played a few like turn-based RPGs like Persona 5 and South Park, but I mean like open world ones. The only ones outside of AC I've played, I think, are just The Witcher 3 and Horizon, which are both phenomenal. But this looks like, from what I know about RPGs and what I've played, this looks ideal. Like,
for sure.
It's what an RPG should be. It's incredible.
I mean, absolutely. And I think, like I said, it looks so good as an RPG that I think it's going to completely transcend the cyberpunk genre. The same way, like, Red Dead transcends the Western genre, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that tier, that level of thinking. Also, the combat looks so fucking fun. Because I was worried at first, like when I first heard about the game, that the like a first person shooter RPG, Fallout is solid, but I was a bit skeptical. But the variety of weapons. I mean, I'm gonna use the sword as much as fucking possible. You know that orange sword that was in it. I'm gonna use that as much as possible. Like I'm gonna melee as much as possible. But the variety of weapons and gun types and everything, and the progression of like weapons, it just looks so unique and so fresh, I guess is the right word. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it does. And it's something that really like grabbed me is how like graphic. I'm not massively into graphics, but it's the details of really small things that games usually don't get right. Like I was watching this like 10-minute video the other day about Half-Life Alyx has proper like water physics, where like if you shake a bottle, the water will shake with it, and like how much of a milestone that is, and little details like that to me are huge. And then seeing things like a sofa in this game, or just a door or a table that looks like something you'd see in real life,
pristine,
is mental. Like the detail into things like that, and like on one of the tables there's like a marking of like where a drink's just been. It's shit like ridiculous. That, or it's fucking mental. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just I slept on this game for so long because, I mean, obviously I knew CD Projekt Red were great, but I wasn't interested at all in the setting. Right now, this is far and away my most hyped game. Far and away. I think this has potential. I mean, I think it could be because it won't qualify for Game of the Year this year. I think it definitely could and probably will be up there as Game of the Year next year, depending on God of War 2 comes out, if you know how good Horizon is. But nah, it looks ridiculous, and it does look like it could easily be a top 10 game contender, if not top 5. So
yeah, definitely, it's insane. And like as well, considering how it looks, it's a cross-gen game. Like, even though I'm sure they've, you know, recorded what they've shown on like a PC or a next-gen console, that's a cross-gen game. So like, when you think about what things will look like in just like 3 years onto it fully into the next gen, that'll be mad.
Yeah.
And I wonder how well it'll age, because you know how like there's certain games that, like, for example, Call of Duty, playing like a new Call of Duty back in the day, playing like Black Ops, MW3, I would think that looks really fucking realistic, whereas now you wouldn't. And I wonder if Cyberpunk will keep that in like 10 years time.
I don't think it'll. I mean, it very well could age poorly. I tweeted this out a few weeks ago. I got a little bit of backlash, but a lot of people agree with me.
Oh, great games don't age.
I think that great pieces of art can't age. You know, games as a medium for a long time, it didn't apply to, because the technology was upgrading so fast and so fast. Like, of course, things like Pong, sure, yeah, that's aged, but truly great games, you know, Mario 64 for example. Like, I think great games,
overrated, to be honest.
great games, great books, great movies, great music. I don't think that if it's truly great and like legendary, I don't think it can age, because you can play it with the perspective of the time period, as well as it should be good enough to hold up. And that's why we still that's why we still listen to Mozart and Beethoven. That's why we still watch films from Alfred Hitchcock and read books like The Great Gatsby or The Hobbit, because
if you're a fucking nerd.
Shut the. But
it's fucking aged.
No. But my point. Shut the fuck up. My point is that it's, you know, you can still watch it and still appreciate it, because at the end of the day, it's about telling human stories. And I don't think great pieces of art with great human stories can age. And I think we're at the point now where that can apply to games.
100%.
Because the foundation is there now. Like, we know what a great game looks like, so we can build on that. But things like Red Dead 1 will always be great.
Sorry, some kids fucking shouting outside.
I just heard that. That was
it's fucking ruin your monologue.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. So even if this game does age like a bit, I think it'll still be I genuinely do think it'll be looked at as one of the top 5 games of all time.
I mean more graphically, like whether
no,
because I'm gonna have to shoot me fucking I'm gonna have to box myself in with this hate, because this
no, but
1 second
graphically, I mean, yeah, it probably will. Most games do age graphically, but I'm not sure actually. I mean, even if you look back at the Call of Duty games of old, I know he's closing his window, he can't hear me. Even when you look back at the Call of Duty games of old, like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, they don't look terrible. Modern Warfare.
Oh, you managed to keep
there
talking.
we go. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm just vibing. If you look back at the Call of Duty,
I hope you didn't slag me off too much there.
If you look back at the Call of Duty games, they've not aged like terribly graphically. Like, they still look okay. Black Ops 1 still, I think, holds up pretty well. Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare. You know, Fallout 3, I think, holds up, and that's a, you know, first-person RPG. Fallout New Vegas, not so much graphically, but Fallout New Vegas is a great game. And this does remind me very much of that Fallout New Vegas team that made the original Fallouts, and were like, fucking Bethesda fucked them a little bit. But it reminds me of that passion.
Yeah.
And that.
What do you think of the music in the Nightwire? Because that was mid 2000s sort of like grunge they had going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's like punk. It's. I'm not really. I'm kind of indifferent on it. You know. I'm not the biggest fan. I kind of not skipped past that section, but I skipped through it a little bit. You know.
Yes. Because they started to do like establishing shots in fucking Sweden.
Yeah.
And like a documentary style thing on this band. And don't get me wrong, like, the music's not for me, but I think it's great they're going to the effort to like hire this, what I'm guessing is like an established band, to actually make music for their game, because
for sure
they want it to be good.
For sure, like the effort they're putting in is great. And I said this before, like, I'm glad it's been delayed, because it's clear that they want to put all they can into this, and make it that perfect 10 out of 10 that it has the potential to be, like The Witcher 3 was, like, you know. So
yeah, and it's a truly great end and beginning to a console generation. It's
for sure,
because, like, as you say, it'll be a benchmark of the genre, as The Witcher 3 was. You know, it's fucking CD Projekt Red. It's funded by their government as well, the Polish government, because of like technological advancements. Jeez. Yeah, because they bring them in like so much money, so it's like they give them money under like the excuse it's technological advancements.
Right.
Not excuse, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's I mean, that's
that looks great.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's on it a little bit.
The setting was, I am growing on the setting a bit. Like, I liked what we saw in the Street Kid bit, where it's like really grungy, like back alleys with all these like shady characters. Yeah. And because I really like that about the Yakuza games. Like, places like that are quite sick in games if they're fully fleshed out, which they probably will be.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm still not like massive on the setting. Like I said, I think it's going to transcend the setting. I do love the look of the Badlands, though. I think that like outcast community. It reminds me of No Country for Old Men, the opening scene of that.
Oh yeah,
that's what it reminded me of.
It's a little bit Mad Max as well.
Yeah, so it just has so much potential, and I think it's going to live up to that potential, and it's probably going to well, I'm gonna count it as my game of the year for 2020. Or I'd imagine.
Oh, because
I'd imagine.
But you don't have a PlayStation, so there's like 2 games of note that will come out this year.
Yeah, but but also I think, from what I've heard of Ghost of Tsushima, I think Cyberpunk 2077 will probably be better than Ghost of Tsushima. So
it seems it, but like, not to slag off that game. I haven't played it.
No.
But like,
Not
that's a really high bar.
No, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima sounds like a good / great game, but I think Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be one of those 9, 10, probably 10 out of 10s. And I'm very, very, I'm not very open with my 10s. I give 10s to very few games because I think only the true masterpieces really deserve them. And then there's IGN.
Yeah, cool.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
It were fucking shills, and we'll give a 10 to pretty much anything that people
Elena
like.
Pierce said that's not true, and I believe her.
Oh, yeah, but you'll fucking believe that because it's Elena Pierce. But like, any game, it's like everything has to be a 7 or 8 is to not be too controversial, and then if something people really love, it was fuck 10.
Yeah.
And their Sonic Unleashed review was shit. It's fucking
Why?
terrible.
Because they didn't give it a 10?
Genuinely. No, they gave it like a 5, but they're really shit at playing the game.
Oh right, okay.
No, it's an awful review.
Was it then? Was it then
terrible.
that did the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remastered review? But like
no, it was. I think that was GameSpot.
Yeah, but he was just terrible and like couldn't get back past the most basic challenges. You know, he's a grown man.
I don't know. Was IGN the one with that Dean bloke with the Cuphead thing?
Oh, that was.
Let's have a look.
I don't remember that, but
let's.
Cuphead's not bad.
Let's have a go. A game journalist. Is it from Polygon? That would make sense.
There's too many shit gaming companies to keep track of. It's excessive.
Yeah, that's just hit me that like there's no gaming publications I respect.
There's one that I respect. As Always Entertainment.
What's that?
And also the Eagles Call
do.
Entertainment.
Yeah, because we are on the same level as Kotaku and IGN and you know.
Oh, fuck Jason Schreier.
Yeah, block me on Twitter.
Oh, everyone was getting blocked by him, so I just tweeted him, was like, "Hey, block me too." He blocked me in 22 seconds. I timed it.
Yeah, it's a bit of group sport, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I got blocked because Zeke asked him to like watch LA Noir's Dripping with Style or some shit, and I think I like DM'd to him up for a spot of cuckoldry, my friend, and he, because there's
classic.
some cock rumours, but yeah.
Oh.
It's annoying though when I want to see one of his things because there has been some tweets, because like that's the thing with people like Jason Schreier, people retweet the thing, then also show a screenshot because so many people are blocked.
Yeah, exactly. It just has to be done. The state of the gaming industry is quite often a mess, but at least we'll always have the boys. You can always talk about games with the boys. Who needs Kotaku or PC Gamer?
Exactly.
I swear PC Gamer release a new Assassin's Creed ranking every like month.
Yeah,
it's almost as bad as me.
Fucking hell. They've done. Fucking hell, it's weird.
And they always put Odyssey set. They said that Cassandra was a better character than Edward. I'm pretty sure, or maybe she was better than Ezio, and then Edward was first.
Those are all shit when it's like, you know, from the press, because
it's so obvious.
You can feel like
that they're just doing it for clicks.
Yeah, exactly, and you can sort of tell it's not from. Oftentimes it's not from like fans of the series, or like they forgot. Oftentimes it feels like they haven't played some of the games with the way they talk about them, or they played them once a decade ago.
Like,
and like haven't touched it
since. They just
since.
have memories of it.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, we've played it excessive amount of times. Me even more so, because I've not had any games to play this generation, because I have an Xbox One. So.
Yeah. And if you want a good Assassin's Creed ranking, both of us have AC rankings, which you can
and my one's objectively better because I have Brotherhood first.
Well, it is because I put Origins at third.
Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, I think Did I not have a third too? I think I had a third.
Oh, I thought, but I said it was interchangeable with Revelations
That's
and Black
bit
Flag,
rough.
and I made it very clear it could have easily been 5th. So
No, I think. Hold up, I need to find this now. I think I may have put it third.
it's 7th. Origins is 7th.
Origins is probably 7th. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, oh, Joe, when you replay that and like,
Oh,
Unity's
fuck's
gonna be
sake!
your next
Yeah, I
big-
do have Origins third. That's annoying. That's wrong. I'll update that next year.
Yeah, but mine's older, so Unity's your next big, or your next like AC retrospective then.
No, 4 Black Flag won't have come out by this point.
Oh, I mean,
So, yeah,
Oh.
this Saturday I should have Black Flag's Overrated, which everyone's gonna get mad at me about, and I don't fucking care, because it's true and I'm objectively right all the time. But no, after that I'll have rewriting Assassin's Creed Unity, and then I should probably play Rogue because I've played Rogue once. So I should probably get back around to that. I have Rogue Remastered. I've just never touched it because it's Rogue Remastered, you know?
that's worth a rewrite, Rogue.
Yeah, but also like it's not even it doesn't make sense canonically and it's just there and
Yeah.
like I get why people think it's a side game because like general audiences think it's a side game because it feels like a side game.
Yeah, it is in
It's
size
not,
as well.
But it does feel like one.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a £60 AAA experience. It does feel almost like like a massive DLC, similarly to how Black Flag had like Adewale, his story as a DLC. It feels like that could have been a DLC to 3, albeit it probably would have been a bit smaller.
Nah, yeah,
But-
he's a. Oh, I'm so ashamed of
That's
my
not-
Assassin's Creed
that is.
ranking actually. That's pissed me off now.
Everyone's looking back on Origins now because, like,
Yeah, 'cause-
coincidentally, not saying I swayed anyone, but after my review, everyone started to turn on Origins a bit, which just
Nah, because I'm not even. Everything's right, except move Origins down 4, and then everything's right. You know,
Yeah.
move Origins to 7, and then. But it's just frustrating to look back on that.
I think I put Revelations at 5th, and I wanted to put it 3rd, but I couldn't because like I can't have Alexio in the top 3.
Yeah.
Because no, the community's got me to a point where I feel bad for that, and I fucking shouldn't.
Yeah, I feel you.
And next time it will be 3.
Yeah, I was gonna put 1 quite high. I was debating whether to put it 4th, but I love 1 for very subjective reasons. I do think it's a great game. Like I do think it's a great game, but that would have been too biased of me, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I see what you mean.
Assassin's Creed, classic Eagle's Call, which is definitely not an Assassin's Creed podcast, even though we have, fucking, what's his name, Desmond's hoodie design as our logo.
No, well, it's just coincidence, really, because AC comes up just by chance. We're not really that into Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, nah,
It's quite
I've never personally, I've just played the games once or twice, but I've never really gotten into it. You know, not watched thousands of hours of YouTube videos or read up on the wiki or read any of the books or comics or anything, because only fucking losers would do that.
Yeah, you'd have to be a fucking saddo. Although I have put 40 hours into AC Odyssey, and I think it's a lot of fun. It's a nice change of pace for a stealth.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I put 140 hours in because it just captured me so much. You know, the RPG elements were just so beautiful. And Cassandra,
Yeah.
Cassandra, what a character. I would let her sit on my face. I think I'd let her not even sit on my face, just stand on my head, because you know, just
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I would. Yeah, and like the fact, whenever I've played games in the past, like I've played games like The Witcher 3, and you do the quest for the Pella, where you get his goat or some shit. I think, I want to fuck this man. And Odyssey allows your dreams to come true by making everyone fuckable. That's the thing. In so many games, for years, gamers see people and they feel a connection to just random people and things. I think, I want to play as that random person, you know, fucking driving along. Oh, there you go. Watch Dogs Legion. Play as anyone.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You know, yeah, it's fucking Ubisoft, the innovators, and that's all there is to say.
Who hasn't wanted to play as that old man in fucking The Place in Origins, as that old man who you find a book for and then he just dies? Who hasn't wanted to play as that? I'd want to fuck him personally, because we all know that I love gay sex. I'd fuck his dead corpse. It's getting no context. Sick.
Yeah. That went on for far too long.
Speaking of no. Speaking.
How did that even start? Where were we going?
Speaking of going on for far too long, the MCU is continuing this year.
Oh, Joe.
See, I'm much better at transitions than you. It's just true.
No, but the MCU hasn't gone on for far too yet, kind of.
I think it has, personally. However, we've got some news about both Black Widow and the live-action Mulan film that everyone's definitely excited for. Yeah,
they're innovating like fucking Ubisoft. It's not creatively bankrupt and a blatant product at all.
It's not just purely to make money, and you know, no other purpose. However, Disney have announced that they will be selling both Black Widow and Mulan on Disney Plus for $30. Now, we did speak about this on the As Always podcast, so we'll try and keep this a bit short. But basically, not fucking paying that. Are you?
Well, no, I'm most certainly fucking... Not that I, you know, just pirate every film I watch anyway, but, like, this is so fucking anti-consumer. It makes me so... Like, okay, so you're already paying 60 quid for this subscription, and then you have the cheek to say on top of that, throw us $30, £25
for a single film.
Yeah, and people are saying as well, like, oh, if you go to the cinema with some mates and buy some fucking pick and mix, but you're not. You're sat at home on a subscription you've paid for.
Yeah.
And the worst justification is, well, how are Disney going to make their money? Why does that come first when they are fucking over customers like me and you?
Yeah. And also, when they're, you know, I think Disney have enough fucking money. We all know Disney love their money. But at the same time, like, how are Disney going to make their money? Well, they're one of few companies right now through COVID who have been in the green for a lot of time because they released Disney Plus. You know, they could afford to wait a few more months and release these films in cinemas. Now, I understand it with Black Widow because it's the MCU. They have a strict schedule for filming and, you know, they've got things set up. But having it for $30 on top of your subscription for one film, and you're not even there's no experience around it. You're not getting the cinema experience that everyone knows and loves, that added so much to like films like Endgame and Infinity War, that just created an energy around them. You're not getting any of that experience or atmosphere. It's just you're sitting at home watching a movie and it costs you basically $37. It is ridiculous. And even if you split it, it's like, sure, you can split it between some mates and watch it for but it's not about that. It's about the principle behind it, which is
exactly
especially for Mulan, because it's not like anyone's asking for Mulan, you know.
Yeah,
they could delay that.
I do. Yeah, Mulan as well. The fucking live action remakes are such obvious cash grabs, where it's like, they're not necessarily shit because they go over like the same story beats as the other ones, and so like, but there's no heart there.
Here's the thing with Mulan,
it's like a shit remaster.
The thing with Mulan is, I think the idea of live action Mulan was purely just, we're making more live action films to make more money. I'm more forgiving of Mulan though, because I fucking despise The Lion King. I fucking refuse to watch that shitty fucking remake.
Yeah,
Because that's
God.
one of my
They look so...
It's one of my favorite films of all time, and they just took all the heart and life out of it. But with Mulan, they are changing. They're very much adapting it in a different way. They're adapting the original story of Mulan far more historically accurately. They're taking out the the dragon. And it is going to be like a different take on the character and the story, even though it's going to be a lot of it's going to be the same. It's going to be a different take, and it's going to be a more historically accurate take. So I'm interested in seeing it. That being said, I kind of wish they just changed the name and made a new version of Mulan, more similar to like the books of Mulan. But yeah, so I'm slightly more forgiving of it. That being said, I'm not forgiving of it because it's $30. And I've thought about what Tyler said in the As Always podcast. I'd probably be willing to spend like a Disney Plus subscription £7 in the UK. I'd be willing to spend like a cinema ticket, which here is like in my city is like £9. I'd be willing to spend that to see Black Widow or like an MCU film. But I'm not. The principle behind spending $30 for a film that's already on a streaming service, it's especially for Disney, because I'm not the biggest fan of Disney as a company.
Yeah, as well, it's gonna get pirated so
it's
fucking
ridiculous.
because like with cinemas, it'll get like recorded off somebody's phone while they're in there. But with this, people are just gonna screen record it and throw it up there, and like financially, I have a feeling it won't like bomb, but it's gonna do worse than Far From Home.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it. Part of me hope that happens, even though it's horrible, because loads of people put their effort into making films, and it's such a big investment of time and work for people. But at the same time, Disney, the company, I want to see this fail for them, because if this becomes the status quo, it'll just, even after COVID, clears up somewhat. It's if it becomes the status quo, then I feel like that's going to be a disaster. Someone who wants to go to film school, who wants to become a director, it's the idea of just sitting at home watching a film, like fucking it strikes me the wrong way, and the way they're doing it just, you're right, it is just rampantly anti-consumer, and it's not got me optimistic.
No, it's what does have me optimistic though is Fall Guys.
Was that a transition?
Yeah, and it was really good and enthusiastic, unlike
it is on the list.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a game that exists. I mean, do you want to talk about it, considering I don't have a PS4?
Well, I might as well not have a PS4 because it's a
That is
shit
true.
system. It doesn't fucking
That
work.
is true.
But Fall Guys is a thing that's been happening where it's basically
It's blown up.
Takeshi's Castle, but with like
Okay.
fucking Takeshi's Castle. It's got to be really nostalgic. But like, yeah, you've probably seen
Yeah,
it.
a little bit.
It looks as if it might just be the next big thing.
Classic.
perhaps.
It's going to be the new Fortnite. The new Minecraft.
No, but this looks like it has more heart to it, and it's from like a humble, small company where like, if it is successful, they sort of will have to be scummy to maintain that, especially in this market.
Yeah.
But like, at least they're not Fortnite, which also,
I mean,
Fortnite's fucking
I feel
company.
like Fortnite had essence of that in the first few seasons.
Oh, you one of the... Oh man, I miss 2018, 2017, man. Season 3 was the best.
I mean, objectively, season 2, 3, 4, and 5 were the best. That being said, it did become a toxic game. But I meant more so that everyone is now going to copy this. Just like everyone copied Battle Royales after PUBG and Fortnite. And everyone tried to recreate the magic of the creativity you can have in Minecraft after Minecraft came out. Everyone's going to end up copying this in their game. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I do agree. And like the fact that this like small company from wherever they're from have like struck gold so easily. I think there'll be big publishers like maybe EA or 2K will say let's throw our hat in the ring, let's do that. But like we've got the fucking money to throw at it. We'll do battle passes. If you're Ubisoft, you'll fucking sell it full price. But
yeah, it's
I'm just wondering.
It's really sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of the worst things about this is there's lag between us, like 2 seconds. And so if it ever sounds like we're speaking over one another or one of us has like a massive gap, that's why. But yeah, my question to you, how long do you think this will last for?
That is a good question. I mean, I've not played it myself, so because I don't have a PS4. That being said, like you said, it's you think it's going to be the next big thing. I'd have to agree. I think it's burst on. It's free on PS4, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's on a PS.
Yeah, and it's first of all, it's just really nice to see like a small developer succeed in such a toxic, difficult industry.
Yeah. That
being said, yeah, I think this very well could be the new trend that multiplayer games go in. But if you look at like Fortnite or if you look at Minecraft, the originals always stick around. And I feel like the impact this has had, it's massive. I think it's gonna expand and just keep growing for probably about 6 months to a year, if they keep up the servers, if they keep maintaining it and updating it well. It could. I think it's gonna just like massively expand, massively grow, and then it'll probably like stabilize at some point. But I think it's gonna be pretty consistent. It's gonna be a staple of the industry probably for at least a year, if not 2-3 years. As for the style of game, though, I think it's definitely going to become a trend within every single game, every single multiplayer game. Like Call of Duty, they'll throw in some fucking assault courses or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Imagine if there was another Total Wipeout game because I saw how successful this was.
I wouldn't mind a Ninja Warrior game.
Oh yeah, that'd be
cheeky bit of parkour.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if they have the facilities to keep it up because I looked it up just a second ago, and it's Devolver Digital. They're the ones who have the really weird E3 things.
Yeah.
They have 20 employees.
20,
which is mad. Yeah, and because that was the thing on the first day. Yeah, on their first day, the servers crashed.
Fucking hell.
And
well, I don't know.
Yeah, because
is there like?
I'm glad they've done so well. This small. Company.
Yeah, is there like microtransactions in the game? Do you know?
Yeah, how are they monetizing?
Yeah,
unless they've just sold it to.
Because that's what I was. That's what I was about to say. The way I look at it, they could very well just seeing how successful it's been. I mean, if it's such a small company, such a small dev team, then I would imagine that they probably, unless they were making hella money off it, I'd imagine they'll probably sell it to I mean, at this point it looks like it'd be Sony, but like Sony or Epic, someone like that. That's so fucking shit. Epic Games. But nah, yeah, it's
I've had a look and there is cosmetics.
There is cosmetics. I mean, they could very well maintain it. I'd imagine the original dev team will stay on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was sold to a bigger publisher. Hopefully, it's not 2K. Hopefully, it's not EA.
Yeah. They're talking about going to Xbox Game Pass is what people are talking about, which would be sick.
That'd be nice.
Because
and a bit of crossplay.
Yeah, we could play them.
A bit of crossplay as well.
Yeah.
That'd be gorgeous. I mean, at least until the PS5 comes out. But no, I don't.
Yeah, speaking.
I'd imagine it'll go in the same direction as Fortnite has.
Yeah, speaking of Fortnite and epic battle royales, Hyperscape, the brand new battle royale from Ubisoft, is out today. Guys.
It's out today. Oh
yeah,
It's funny how no one knows that.
Let me check the Twitter.
It's funny how no one knows that because no one cares. Even though, I was so disappointed. I remember watching their event and it looked so cool. Like that version of Paris. It looked like it was going to be such an interesting first-person single-player story game, and then I saw the words Battle Royale, and it just made me depressed. That's so funny that that's coming out today and no one cares. Is it fully priced, yeah?
Oh no, this one's free. It's out today, and it looks...
Season 1.
It looks like fucking Agents of Mayhem.
Yeah, it's just... it makes me feel kind of ill, like, looking at it. It just looks like such a mixed match of ideas that have clearly been taken from other games to try... Because that's what Ubisoft does. They don't innovate anymore. They steal ideas. It looks like they've tried to do...
Yeah, exactly.
A mixture of, like, Warzone, Overwatch, Fortnite, and Unity. Because it's in Paris. But we could jump on a little bit of that later if it's free. And see what it's like.
Oh yeah, let's do some fucking Battle Royale.
Just a cheeky little
because
bit.
we were meant to do some Unity and Black Flag today, which I think we'd mentioned.
Yeah, we were, but then yeah.
Black
disaster.
Flag Unity doesn't work. I know that's a massive shock to you guys because I have the patches, but like the fucking multiplayer just straight up doesn't work.
If anyone listening to this has an Xbox and wants to try and jump on some Unity with us, because I think
oh my god,
I think the reason that it doesn't work for us is because we're the only 2 people on the servers, so it's just dead. That being said, Black Flag
it literally
multiplayer
doesn't work.
Black Flag multiplayer is still very much alive, and I'm sure in the coming months we'll have a few streams of Black Flag multiplayer, get some viewers of the Eagles Call, get some other YouTubers on. It would be sick. Maybe for charity, maybe just for capitalism.
Charity streams be sick.
Yeah, they would be. It'd be great to get the community together. But that being said, yeah, I wouldn't mind jumping on a bit of Hyperscape with the boy.
Yeah, speaking of the community and guests for the podcast at a point, this episode should be the first. What maybe is the first one with art. It's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah,
but we might.
It may very well be. Yeah. Well, it's the thing is. We'll talk about this after actually, because as much as we break the fourth wall, we don't break the fourth wall that much. Do you know who has had his walls broken though? That sounds like a innuendo. Jake Paul was raided by the FBI because he is El Chapo. Officially.
Yeah, he is. That's some great character development. His brother was like a total shit. At his Jamie Lannister moment, has become not even that bad of a bloke. Yeah. And Jake Paul has gone from like a Viner, like all baby faced, to a fucking SoundCloud rapper with an armory.
It's fucking. I remember seeing the photo, like the bird's eye view photo, and there was just like a hot tub with a fucking sniper, like a massive fucking sniper next to it.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
John McAfee, the bloke who does the antivirus thing, was like commenting on it about the state of gun control. And because he's fucking mental, like he genuinely is mad.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Jake
I don't know what
Paul.
they actually.
The thing is,
isn't he having a boxing match with some NBA?
Yeah, he's
player?
having a boxing match with Nate Robinson, a 5'9", 36-year-old NBA player. It's the undercard of Mike Tyson's return fight, who's 50 odd.
Oh my! You're joking.
No, it's the undercard of the Mike Tyson fight in November. Is Jake Paul and Nate Robinson? It's so bizarre. Like the timeline we've fallen into is so fucking all over the place. It's ridiculous. I mean, not many updates have come out about the Jake Paul situation, as far as I know, like that I've seen. Is it just that he has an absolute armory that the FBI has broken in, or I mean, he was done for.
I think he was holding it for people.
Yeah, he was done for looting as well.
For the first time, in the first time in 3 years, I watched Drama Alert. That's
disappointing.
Yeah, that's how I spent my birthday, watching Drama Alert, getting with fucking Jake Paul. And basically, what they were saying on there with the bloke he was interviewing is that like his manager is like a fucking pimp and shit.
Oh.
And he has all these fucking connections, and like I think Jake was just holding them for him, or like maybe he wants like a music video to act hard or some shit.
You'd think that Logan would have like, I don't know, tried to set him on a better path.
Yeah, but if Jake Paul was your brother, would you really try and like salvage anything?
I suppose,
there?
yeah, that's a good point. It is bizarre though. Team 10 went from, fucking England is my city to like LA is my gang turf. It's my gang warfare.
It's not even Team 10 anymore because they all had some fucking horrible experiences and
Yeah, no,
like,
no,
disbanded.
everyone. There are still people there though in that house. It is
Yeah.
so weird though. And it's like every YouTuber in LA somehow knows Riley Reid as well, which is weird.
Yeah, and fucking Lana Rhodes. What?
Well, yeah,
and fucking Mia Malkova's mates like Call Me Carson.
What the
fuck?
fuck?
What the fuck is going
I
on?
didn't know that one. What? It's.
Yeah, she's been on like streams with
It's
him and like Swagger Souls.
You know
and that lot.
Anthony Padilla from Smosh? He just
Yeah.
did like a 30-minute video with Mia Khalifa. I spent a
but,
day.
Like, she's an activist now.
Well, she's an influencer. I'm an influencer. She's
Yeah.
an Instagram influencer now. So, fucking that word disgusts me. Influencer.
Yeah, but you're an influencer now.
No, I'm not. I was about to say. I was about to say it.
No, you've
I was
been
about to
on
say it.
as always,
No.
so you most definitely
Yeah,
are.
and I'm influencing everyone to I don't know, fucking have gay sex. That's my only influence on earth. That's my biggest achievement.
Having gay sex. Right. That's my favourite Eagles call meme. Homosexual sex. It's fucking brilliant.
It is the best. Do you know what's the worst?
Your words, not mine.
According to Ben Shapiro. Oh, fucking hell.
Wet ass P-word. P-word being
Wet
the
ass.
female genitalia. It's like he's an adult man on a fucking like show that no kids are going to watch. He is allowed to say it.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B released a song called WAP, Wet Ass Pussy. And, Wet Ass P-word.
P-word,
And
yeah.
Ben Shapiro reacted to it. It's so fucking funny. Ben Shapiro just keeps giving takes on like media. He gave a Star Wars one a few weeks ago. It's just an absolute disaster. He's just such a meme.
But like Ben Shapiro aside, did you listen to that new Cardi Boy? Cardi Boy. Did you listen to that new Cardi B?
I can't say I did because
it was.
I think that we should all collectively stop listening to Cardi B. No offense to anyone who listens to Cardi B, but also be offended.
Who in this audience is going to listen to Cardi B?
Bruh, why? Why? I don't get why people like. I've never heard anyone unironically listen to it without like a video, without the music video playing. You know, any Cardi B song.
Unfortunately, I've known people who have her, and
It's so
like
strange.
she listens to Cupcake as well, and I think
That's
Cupcake did an album called like Cum Cake or some shit.
It's kind of bizarre. That
No,
being
the
said,
girl who
Ben
listens to it was telling me about how it's all like empowering and that, and it's like being bukkake isn't very empowering, but like sure.
To me personally, it seems like having a bunch of greasy dudes come on your face probably isn't empowering. It's probably the exact opposite, and it, but that's just me. Maybe I'm completely off here. That's being
just
said,
not
though,
what you want for your Odyssey. But in my Viking saga, I will be having Viking orgies. And that's that's my choice.
come on your face like a Viking. No, Ben Shapiro's just such a fucking meme,
like
though.
a Viking.
Such a meme. There was a video that came out a few weeks ago, resurfaced, of him singing Les Miserables as like a response to someone asking him his thoughts on like socialism or something, and he sang a part of the fucking bad guy in Les Miserables. It's such a meme. It's ridiculous.
I can never hate him because he's just so like funny.
Yeah,
without
exactly.
meaning to be.
Exactly, and I think in many ways he's embraced his meme, but at the same time, like he's just It's
as
it's
well.
just hilarious.
For
I mean, I can hate him, but at the same time, I'll still find him funny. I'll still laugh at him.
yeah, I mean, as well, considering the song we're talking about, you can probably put a still from that in, just to keep some people's attention. Ideally of Kylie Jenner, who's basically a fucking wax sculpture at this point. But, like,
Okay. Oh
like,
yeah, there's a
the Eddie
petition to
tactic
get
he
her
tells you
cut
before.
out the. There's a petition to get her cut out the video.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Like, I
Imagine
don't
caring.
care.
Imagine caring about fucking Kylie. Like, I'm sorry. Again, I'm not trying to offend people here, but how can you care about like these random fucking millionaires' lives? I don't get it. I don't understand. Make some. Bro, I don't mean to sound like Joe Rogan talking about video games, but go out and make some fucking money. Stop caring about what Kylie Jenner's doing. Like, bruh.
Yeah, I think bruh just does some of my thoughts on this song. This whole situation.
And Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro is one 35-year-long bruh moment. That's all he is.
Especially the video of him as a 12-year-old playing the theme to Schindler's List on his violin.
Oh man, he's
bit aggro.
That's weird.
Let's
as well
say
because he
hypothetically,
is Jewish.
for the sake of argument, let's say that let's say that her pussy was wet. Hypothetically, I would say that this is factually wrong because I have never seen a wet pussy in my entire life.
That was the worst thing. And he said like, she must have a yeast infection or some shit. It's like,
why would her? I mean, I have a wife, and I've never seen my wife get wet. Personally, I have never made her wet, and I don't see why any woman would ever be wet. No woman has ever been wet around me, and so that must be factually wrong. So, for the sake of argument, you are wrong.
Joe, as soon as you get married, I'm releasing that audio of my wife has never been wet to the public.
Go ahead.
That's great.
No, but I'll just be having gay sex. That's fine. I just get the guys wet.
Yeah, it's all hashtag like a Viking. That's what more could you ask for? These topics get weirder every time. We'll bring things back to gaming. Fast and Furious, they did a game.
Are we really talking about this?
Yeah, I noticed you skipped over it. I thought you just missed it.
I didn't just miss it. It's just looks so fucking terrible. It just looks so bad. It just looks so bad on every level.
Yeah, like, that's... The thing is, the Fast and Furious Forza game that was free back in 2015 for Fast and Furious 7. Holy shit, that was sick because it was off, that engine.
Forza.
But, like, this is fucking for a 50 quid game as well.
It's going to be like 4 hours long, for sure.
Yeah, it is. I looked it up and how long it is to be, it's 4 hours.
For sure not going to be worth £50. For sure no one's going to buy it. Fast and Furious only exists because it makes so much money in China. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. It's,
I know the other one. Transformers. All those films make tons of money in China. It's ridiculous.
As well, fucking... It's just... It's short. Sure. And the thing is, it's not just shit. This was announced at the VGAs last year, or earlier this year. And they're like, guys, we have one big final announcement. It's holy shit.
That's the big announcement.
Yeah, is it going to be fucking God of War 2? And no.
Is Vin Diesel the actor going to be in it?
He is, and he looks shit. He looks like 20 years younger, but...
Right.
Like, that still makes him look about 50.
I'd imagine he would also look like a Gmod character. Like Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, Gibson's in it. I don't know if they actually voice themselves.
They spent all the budget for the game on getting the Fast and Furious cast. It's such a dead franchise. Why?
I know, I'm checking the cast now. Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, because at the VGAs, it was Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez, and he was, like, hitting on her. as she was up there.
How did I completely miss this? I mean, Vin Diesel. Have you seen that really creepy interview where he just like talks
He has a
about
few of those.
But there's one. I think he was drunk, but he just talks about how hot his interviewer is every time she asks him a question. It's really,
And he has a
it's
wife
disgusting.
and kids.
It's fucking disgusting. I mean, so did Ashraf. To be fair, didn't stop him. Fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, but at least he had the decency to. I'm not associating the word decency with Ashraf Ismail. Let's not do that.
Yeah, good decision.
Nice little save there.
Yeah, the Fast and Furious game. Can't say I am. Yeah, no, fuck it off. Fuck it off. Delete it. Delete. Smash delete and make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Or yeah, no, just do that. Just do that. Or Simpsons Hit and Run remaster. And we're all set.
Oh shit, that'd be great.
For sure.
Hey, since it's the middle of the year, what games
Yes.
are you looking forward to?
That's a good question, because so far this year I haven't actually played any games that have came out, because I mean, not exactly had many options. Oh, Jack's getting tired. 5 p.m. Classic sleep schedule. So of course,
4 hours.
Cyberpunk 2077 is looking good. Flight Simulator, I know that's dumb, but like it does look really sick. I'll probably pick it up. I don't know if it's gonna be a full $60 game. If it is,
It's on Game Pass anyway. When's that?
Oh
out?
shit!
I
Yeah,
want to play that.
it's
And
out
it's like-
in the next few weeks. It's out soon. And then, I mean, I guess Valhalla. Most games I'm excited for are coming out next gen. Elder Scrolls 6 and all the PS5 exclusives.
Are you
and all
actually
that,
looking
so.
forward to Elder Scrolls 6?
No, I'm very pessimistic on it. But like, at the same time, I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. You know?
Yeah.
Because if it's still running on the engine of like Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, like if it's still running on that engine, it's a 20-year-old engine. They've been using the same engine since 2001. If it's still running on that engine, it's probably going to be fucked. That being said, it's been a while. It'll just be nice to see it again, and hopefully they can nail it. But I mean, Bethesda aren't really a company anymore, you know?
No, I know. I'm just looking at these like flight simulator screenshots, and I'm
looking
so
great.
hyped to pick this up on.
Yeah.
Oh, I do hope it's the. I don't think they're doing the entire Earth because that'd be mad.
That'd be
But, like,
excessive.
Yeah, I
Nah,
want to
major
fly
parts,
over
though.
Birmingham. Oh, is that a thing? I really like that's a thing 'cause it's a fairly major city.
It might be. It is gonna. It's looking really good. It's coming out in a few weeks, I think.
Yeah, I think it's August 18th. Let's have a look.
a
Oh yes, a week.
week.
Holy
That's
shit, it's
perfect.
gonna be sick.
That's mental. Think about.
Whoa!
I remember
people are
when I
saying
first saw
anywhere
it.
in the world.
I remember when I saw the announcement. I was like disappointed because all the games there looked shit. But then I rewatched it. I was like, this actually looks sick. Like,
Yeah.
it's a game that just I feel like throwing on a podcast and then throwing on the Eagles Call podcast on youtube.com/found Scarab FS, and then just like flying over New York City or like Tokyo. It's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah, I can't find anything to say whether they do have the entire globe. So what I guess it'd be is they do the big major cities, and then they'll just sort of have like land.
Yeah,
because
probably
like
just fields.
small towns and villages, you know, in like fucking Taiwan. I doubt they'll have like, you know what I mean?
It probably won't be the entire Earth. No, I think that'd be a bit excessive.
Yeah, if I can't fly over Birmingham, I will be quite sad.
How come?
Because that's
probably
like
just-
one of the main
probably
reasons I'm getting it.
Probably
Fly
just
over my
explode,
house.
destroy your plane.
Yeah,
Say
I'll,
blow up your house.
no, fly over it.
Fucking hell. Okay.
I reckon you'll be able to do that because you live in a big capital city.
Oh yeah, nah. I'd imagine. I mean, Edinburgh was in Forza. Which game was it? It was the whole of Britain.
That's so shit. Birmingham's not been in a game that I can think of.
Nah, but I think most major British cities, like I'd probably say like London, Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham, Edinburgh, Glasgow, will be there.
Yeah, I hope they do just cut out Wales and just fucking leave it.
I mean, is Wales real? Is Wales?
I've been, but like, I don't think so.
But yeah, that's looking like everything for today. Gotta say.
Is it though? Because we never finish on the first outro.
It
that feels
is very
wrong.
true. Now,
I've been waiting for you to start outroing so I can tell you not to.
The thing is, we need a 8-minute list to read of patrons. So
oh yeah, they all need to be fucking tongue twisters.
Yeah. But nah, it's been great. I mean, coming off of, as always, this has felt like the best podcast so far. I think personally, this is the one I've most enjoyed. We're really getting into the flow of things, and
yeah,
you know,
it feels like they get better each time because it's just like,
yeah, for sure.
You know,
it's more natural.
But this one should have, maybe we'll have art, and then after this, we can say about some guests as well.
Yeah, I was thinking if we look at guests starting at episode 10. So basically, over the next 5 weeks, 5, 6, 7 weeks, we finish looking back at the Assassin's Creed games. And then we start looking at having guests after that. So we get, you know, whoever may want to come on. We can throw people some DMs and shit. So
yeah, and I'm thinking after we do looking back at AC games, we just like chuck in. What we could do is each week one of us could chuck in a game, and like we don't know until we're actually doing the podcast.
Oh, that's an interesting idea, yeah. But also, one day we need to do an LA Noire episode where we just discuss every case in the entire game. Yeah,
I didn't finish replaying it last year. I got like halfway
did you not?
through.
Shit.
No, I got to the.
I'm about to replay it.
I got a fair bit through. I got to the end of. I think I got to the second to last desk with Roy.
Yeah. Vice.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I fucking love that game.
It is dripping with style. So
no. Nah.
I can do your accent better than you can do mine, and that's just a fact. Hey man, that's just a fact.
The worst thing,
For
like,
sure,
when you do my accent, is I can hear in your voice that you think you're doing any part of that Royce, which you're not.
Birmingham.
So.
But I'm from Birmingham, and my name is Jack Walshy, and I'm now getting doxed by you're turning New Zealand Kiwi. I'm now getting doxed by the founded Scarab.
No, you Indian Assassin 9000.
Oh, shout out Indian Assassin 9000, the best.
Who taught Joe fucking computing so he could get this sorted.
Oh, that was a disaster.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
you're ready to do some gaming bits. You've got your PC sorted,
exactly.
Or it'll come. When's it coming?
Not for like a month, but because I'm getting it custom built, and they're like, with COVID and everything, because people are working from home, and they're getting a lot of orders. And it's like a small company, so.
Yeah. Oh, mine was just Curry's. I had a code from Honey as well. Which,
that's fair. I was looking at Curry's, but most of the ones I found were either way too expensive or didn't quite fit the specs I needed. So I figured just custom building it would be much easier because I could just get everything done and also try and figure out how to get it at a discount, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that way, I'd imagine it will be pretty easy to like open up and upgrade whenever I need it. You know, throw in some extra RAM. So
yeah, because for me buying the PC, obviously that was my first proper PC, so I wanted to like get a monitor, a mouse, keyboard, like, you know, I'll get like a proper setup along with it all. So it was like a massive. But like for you, it's quite, because all you have to get is an actual computer, and then.
Yeah, exactly. I have everything I need now. It's just like I started with just this trusty old £300 PC that I bought refurbished. It's from like 2010. It's
Yeah.
It isn't. It's been upgraded, but it's not the best. But then I just built like it's taken time, but I built up everything I need. You know, I have the microphone, I have the webcam, have two monitors now. I have a 2-screen setup, which should be fine.
Shit, I really want one of those.
I have a
love
light.
that.
So yeah, it's I really am all set. For sure. And I'm gonna speak that catchphrase into existence. I'm gonna keep saying it until it becomes my catchphrase, because that's how catchphrases work.
Yeah, you should just force them in rigorously. That tends to be the best ones work.
Well, yeah, that's
like
for sure.
I
That's
make
what
my
happens.
own luck. Liam. Yeah.
I nearly had you, Shay.
Nearly counts for nothing, Shay. We did this exact same thing on the very first episode.
Yeah, I know we did. Beautiful.
Assassin's Creed
beautiful.
impressions. What a classic pastime.
Do you think me blind and deaf, son?
This
I know all about your little
with
fight with
Vieri.
Vieri. And your little visit to Christina. It reminds me of myself when I was your age.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I have plenty of outlets. I meant except
vaginas.
Why did you do? You just did Shay's voice for fucking Maria Auditore. Yeah, it was like slightly Italian, but it was like, I meant beside vagina. All right, what the fuck are we talking about? We're going off on a mad podcast.
I see impressions are classic, but maybe we should do
They
some
are.
of...
You're gonna do an episode where we just recite the entirety of Assassin's Creed 3 to each other.
Oh my god, that has to be April Fools or some shit. We need to just read the Assassin's Creed 3 script word for word.
Yes. Oh my days. I mean, we can already do the scene on the rooftop word for word, just about. So.
Oh yeah, and we could maybe do the you're bleed like a man, but you're move like a child. It's my favourite scene. I can do the accent really well, because I'm really good at Scottish accents.
Oh yeah, definitely. That actually is a really good scene, but it just doesn't, pay off or actually lead into a character arc.
Yeah, Connor's just sort of like, no, I'm not. Fuck off.
Yeah,
that's sort of it.
Classic character development. What time?
That was a nice thing, wasn't it? The character development. I did enjoy that in Assassin's Creed.
Remember when that happened? Yeah, it was so cool.
That's my favourite classic Assassin's Creed feature.
Remember when there? Yeah, no, just having a character. I think that was
just
my
patch
favorite.
it in. That's all you need to do.
Just patch in a character.
Don't even make a game. Just release fucking nothing for 60. Just patch everything in. Patch in a good game. Just release shit. I'm at the end of my tether with Ubisoft.
Yeah, you sound a bit pissed off, man. Are you okay? You need some Assassin's Creed therapy.
That's what I do need. I just want to play good games, and like so many games this year are good, but like, and it's not even about being a content creator. It's my heart is always gonna lean towards Assassin's Creed, so I can't even help it.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just where I'm always gonna be.
Yeah, I get you. And then at the at the point of Valhalla's release, I think you'll be at the point where you can be able to do this full time, so you'll probably have time to play other games,
Yeah, I'd love to. I need to start fucking uploading properly though, because every 4 days, and every 3, then every 4 is a bit shit. So I'm gonna work on something now, get it out tomorrow. Yeah. So it's 2 days between uploads. I need a video idea.
Decent.
Joe, give me a quick video idea.
Rewriting Assassin's Creed Unity.
Great. Well, I'll get that out tomorrow, guys.
Fucking make a vlog. Go to the Birmingham disaster point. Make a vlog. Bring your webcam.
Oh yeah, that'll be.
Just bring loads of cables and then hook up your webcam.
Pranking disabled children on sight of the fucking fire. That'd be epic. I'd love that.
Cheeky bit of social experiment. 2016 YouTube, and I'll make a reaction video to it, like Jinx Reload.
Fucking Jinx. Jinx come up a few weeks ago, and he's doing.
I thought he died. Physically in real life,
massive bits.
No, I mean in real life, I thought he died, lost his life.
Fucking hope so. Yeah, look, 3K views, 6K, 12K.
I wouldn't complain.
Oh no, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. He has like,
where you can, like, sit
1.8
down.
mil.
It's most
Just because, I mean, the algorithm changed so that channels like him and then channels like commentary channels basically died because YouTube changed the algorithm so that it focused on like niche content. So they wanted people to make the same thing over and over again or similar topics. So then commentary channels.
His channel, and he didn't make thumbnails or anything like that.
No, yeah.
And he just sat down and he watched Try Not to Laugh Challenge reaction 5 years ago, and it's got 6 million views.
Jesus.
That's fucking insane.
They changed it so that like those people who just reacted to like a massive variety of videos or commentary channels that just spoke about a massive variety of videos weren't pushed anymore. Which is kind of a shame, but in the same vein, at least it got rid of people like that.
Yeah,
you know,
it is really hard to come up on YouTube.
Reactors,
guys, we've noticed lots of people have been copying our formula. We're gonna copyright reacting to things. So,
oh fuck's sake, that's a classic.
That's a classic ODub's content cop as well.
Yeah. I miss those days.
Out, like,
I don't miss those days actually. Yeah, I mean, on one hand, it was funny at the time. On the other hand, maybe not. I think we've moved past society. Has moved past the need for content cut.
I think iDubbbz has as well, because I don't think that's what he really wants to make, and that's because his content now. Like back in the day, I used to really want another content cop. But now I think I would prefer the more like documentary type things he does, which are really fucking good. For
sure, yeah, they are. They're he's improved a lot. I mean, his content's always been very well made, but yeah,
it has. So,
but yeah, I think that's every topic.
Yeah,
I think this is the second outro.
Yeah, as per usual, our first
like
outro.
Always.
I intentionally did that because that's our brand. Well, I think
like
Mario
all the time.
and Zach did as per usual.
Shit. So we got to do like all the time.
Yeah. So like all the time, it's the first intro is just a courtesy.
Yeah, it's just to set you guys up. It's like you get a false sense of security, and then we blast you with some. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what we just spoke about for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know when that happens, we're recording a podcast and we'll be talking for like 2 hours, and then afterwards someone will ask me like, what did you talk about? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Just gonna chat.
I know. It's like
smoke,
last week I was skimming through the last podcast and I was like, I don't remember fucking talking about this.
Yeah, it's bizarre. You kind of just go into a trance. It's quite nice actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because it is just a chat, like the things we would chat about. Which
exactly.
is
and we record
I don't remember talking about the Suicide Squad game, and I know we spoke about that.
yeah.
It's been like 2.5 hours. That's it. But
but yeah, no,
this is our longest
it's been a great one,
I think,
and I think it's been our best one as well.
Yeah, I think each
really
time they get better.
Getting in the flow. Yeah, we're getting in the flow. So with that all being said, lads, Jack, do you have any closing statements you'd like to say?
No, this is our longest thing, and also our longest outro as well.
Yeah.
No, it's not. The last one was worse because we got to like 4.
No. I think episode 3 we got to like 5 outros.
Oh yeah. I think it was 3. But this has been. I think this will be the longest one because it says 2 hours 31 on OBS, and the longest one as of now is episode 2 or 2.5, which is 2 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah, so yeah, it's looking great. Thanks again to everyone for all the support recently, and we hope we can just keep going onwards and upwards, bringing this content for everyone around here.
It has been great, boys.
Yeah, podcast is per usual, like always, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcast, maybe. Pretty much every podcast service. Like, it'll be there. Just have a look. And yeah, great chatting to you. And yeah, I've been Found a Scarab. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If you didn't, maybe let me know why. And Ellen Noir is dripping with style. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully we'll have a different intro. Am I right, Jack? Yeah.
We'll see you in a bit, boys. Thank you.
See you
for tuning in. Bye.
Good one. Great one. Beautiful. Perfect. Cut.
Yeah, and there should be art as well. Maybe.
Oh yeah, so, maybe.
Oh, I need to make a new art thing as well. If it is just me and you. So
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Should be no worries.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Jack, remember to properly end your recording, so that
that was one time, and you won't stop talking about it.
No, because I'm just really nervous. Because it's good shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one every Wednesday. That's the new schedule. I think maybe.
Apparently. Yeah. That'll be good.
Because according to Tyler himself, I'm the Tyler and you're the James.
Yeah.
So, but as a matter of fact, I'm just the Scarab and you're the Walshy, and this is the Walshy Scarab experience.
The gaming experience.
Fuck! I forgot. How did I forget the gaming? That's blasphemy. All right, lads, we're right. Cheers as always. Hit like, hit subscribe,
gamers,
comment down below.
Assassins.
You know what it is. We'll see you in the next one.
It's impressive how long we can keep an intro going.
It's great. It's also an outro.
Fuck. Yeah. Right. Thanks.
Good shit.
Bye.
Bye.